The following is a presentation of WGN Sports.
Last night promised to be another in the Sammy Sosa series of highlight film performances, but Bobby Higginson's homer and the Tigers' win took the luster off of Sammy's record-tying blast. Kerry Wood's been the Cubs stopper in 1998, but lately it hasn't been such a cakewalk for the young phenom. But with the losses starting to pile up, Jim Riggleman and the Cubs need a Special K performance of epic proportions tonight at Tiger Stadium. Once again from the corner of Michigan and Trumbull, it's time for Cubs baseball from historic Tiger Stadium, our second final game of this brief two-game series between the Cubs and the young and improving Detroit Tigers. Hi again, everybody. I'm Chip Carey along with Steve Stone. The big story for the Cubs, despite their losing 11 of 14 games, has been the great play of Sammy Sosa, another record-setting performance last night.
It's hard to believe that Sammy's hit 18 home runs in a month and still has some time to break the all-time record held by Rudy York. This was the record tire last night. Unfortunately, the Cubs are not playing real good baseball right now, and we've got Kerry Wood against Brian Moeller. It's going to be a good one.
And if there has been good news for the Cubs, it has been that Kerry has been a stopper in the starting role for this Cub team.
He's 5-2 after Cub losses, and after the Cubs lost 4 in a row, he threw a gem against Atlanta. He didn't get the win, but the Cubs did, and Brian Moeller is 7-0 in this ballpark.
That is amazing. Moeller has pitched a great season for this Tiger team. He is perfect at home, not so perfect on the road.
This is a very young, very inexperienced Tiger team, but last night they gave the Cubs all they wanted. Hopefully tonight the Cubs can get some momentum heading into Kansas City.
It's a hot, muggy night for baseball, a chance of rain around 9 o'clock Detroit time. Hopefully Mother Nature will cooperate, and the Tigers as well as the Cubs go for the split here tonight at Tiger Stadium. Starting lineup some more come your way right after this timeout.
Chicago Cubs baseball on WGN. Brought to you by Brewery Fresh Budweiser, the official beer of Major League Baseball. The Discover Card, the card that pays you back with a cashback bonus award. AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts. Pepsi, Generation Next. ComEd, the official electric company of the Chicago Cubs. ComEd, what do you do with your power? And by Southwest Airlines, offering low fares and frequent flights. Southwest Airlines, the official airline of the Chicago Cubs.
Rains from El Nino guarantee a bumper crop of grass and weeds this year. Fight back with the all-new Grass Gator. Forget bump and feed spool trimmers. The Grass Gator trimmer head installs on your current trimmer in seconds and requires no tools. Changing blades with other brands requires nuts and bolts. This yellow one takes a hammer and nail. Forget it. With Grass Gator, simply lift the retainer cap, dump the pins, change blades, and replace the pins in seconds. Grass Gator outperforms every brand. If it doesn't have an alligator on the package, you're working too hard. Available at fine home centers worldwide.
Both these men have athlete's foot. But only one used Desinex, the soothing cure. Desinex has a dual-action formula that calms the itching and cools the burning. And Desinex is clinically proven to kill the fungus dead, so your feet feel good while they heal. Got athlete's foot? Get dual-action Desinex. Soothes while it cures.
Play Pepsi Pop Culture. Just drink Pepsi or Mountain Dew. Match-winning phrases and win tons of cool prizes. From cash to trips. Even a new Jeep Wrangler. Pepsi Pop Culture. Drink, match, win.
Hey, Chicagoland, this is Brad Hawkins. Come join me at Country Thunder USA July 18th and listen to US 99 for more details.
With AT&T One Rate Plus, it's $2.60 to make a 26-minute call from Boston to Miami. With 10-10-321, it's $3.63. With AT&T One Rate Plus, it's $1.90 to make a 19-minute call from New York to L.A. With 10-10-321, it's $5.31. Using One Rate Plus, most calls from home cost less. One low rate, every day, all the time. So if you want to start seeing things clearly, give us a call.
Jeff wants her snow. It's a blazing hot day today at Tiger Stadium in Detroit, and the Cubs could stand to get hot themselves. They have not played very good baseball the last 15 times out. They've lost 11 of their last 15 games, including an 11th inning ball game last night by a score of 7-6. But today's a new day, and the Cubs look to gain some ground in the National League Central Division. The Astros lose again today in Colorado. They lost in 12 innings by a single run. That's the good news. The bad news is Milwaukee won again. They're just a game behind the Cubs in the loss column. So a win here this afternoon and evening would be very, very nice indeed. Let's check out the Cubs starting lineup, brought to you by Pepsi, with Brant Brown leading things off. Mickey Morandini, who went yard last night, bats second. Then Sammy Sosa seeking his 32nd homer. Mark Grace, Henry Rodriguez, Pedro Valdez in left, Blauser at shortstop, Tyler Houston behind the plate, and Manny Alexander, a late addition to the Cub lineup. He will play third base and bat ninth.
And the defense for Buddy Bell and the Tigers, Gonzalez, Hunter, and Higginson left to right. Alvarez, Cruz, Easley, and Clark in the infield, and a battery of veteran Joe Oliver and Brian Moeller, who is undefeated here at Tiger Stadium. There's a look at the numbers. He's given up more hits than innings pitched. As you can see, he has very good control. He's not overpowering, throws a sinker and a slider. He will have occasional problems early in the ball game, and that's when the Cubs can try to jump on him. Now, he's got a straight change. He doesn't throw it particularly well, and many times he'll just depend on that sinker. And as you probably know, sinker ballers are most vulnerable early in the game. So Buddy Bell making out his lineup card. Jose Hernandez was a late scratch because of some stiffness on the right side of his neck. So Manny Alexander getting his shot in the starting lineup.
And the Cubs could sure use a win. They've lost 4 straight games, 11 of 15 last night. A disappointing game that they had all but won, leading by a couple of runs in the 9th inning, and Bobby Higginson tied it with a 2-run homer before the Tigers won the game in the 11th inning. Jim Riggleman raised his voice quite demonstratively, I should say, in the Cubs clubhouse after the game. Not at all pleased with the way this team has executed over this last 15-day stretch.
I think he just wanted to let the guys know that he really hasn't appreciated how they've gone about their job for the most part. There's been the mental mistakes. He really hasn't yelled at them for the physical mistakes, because they're going to happen to everyone. But he doesn't like the brand of baseball they're playing, and he realizes that this is a very important part of the schedule. You have teams that are a little bit softer than some of the teams they're going to see after the All-Star break. We all know about the 45 of 70 away from Wrigley Field after the break. So Riggs knows he's got to take advantage of the 4 remaining road games before a homestand.
And Brian Moeller, before every start, takes his cap off, concentrates behind the mound, remembers his late father, and then goes about his business, a routine that has been very, very successful for him here at Tiger Stadium, where he is undefeated on the year, 7-0, and has given up 3 or fewer runs in every start he's made this year. He has been a very, very tough customer. So we're set to go. Brant Brown will lead things off for the Cubs. He's 1 for his last 14. And Steve, the strikeout ball has really been a problem for him during that stretch. He's struck out 7 times.
He's having some problems with the off-speed pitch. And because Moeller doesn't have a real good straight change at this point, I would think that Brant should have a pretty good shot at it. And he is strong enough to take it out any part of this ballpark.
94 blazing degrees at Tiger Stadium. And the pitch to Brown is 2-0. Marty Foster behind the plate. It'll be interesting to see what kind of strike zone he gives Kerry Wood in the bottom of the first inning. Tim Sheeta, John Shulock, Rick Reed, the American League umpiring crew in Detroit tonight. Rifled into center field, but right at Brian Hunter, who battles the shade and makes the grab.
We saw last night that early in the ball game, it's kind of tough on the outfielders to pick up fly balls and line drives, and that one almost snuck over the head of Brian Hunter. Had it gotten over his head, Brant Brown might have had an inside the park home run. There is all kinds of room in center field.
So Mr. Muscles, Mickey Morandini, stands in. And he takes high, ball 1. Morandini went upper tank in the game last night. His 3rd home run of the season.
He had won all of last year, so he's well ahead of the pace of 1997.
Downstairs to him, 2. Balls, no strikes. Earlier today, the Astros lose again in Colorado, 6-5. at Coors Field in Denver. The 2-0 is hit toward left center field. Luis Gonzalez got a good break. 2 down.
Louis, the expectant father, his wife is due for triplets any moment. And the Cubs hoped last night that he might have been called away because he had a 3-run homer. As you see, the Brewers won their contest. And a lot of Cub fans here tonight as they cheer for Sammy Sosa because his next home run will untie him with Rudy York, a former Tiger, back in 1937 when he hit 18 home runs in August. Sammy, with his next home run in the month of June, will have hit more home runs than any player in the history of this game in any month.
That is amazing. The first pitch to him is ball 1. Sosa, 8th in the National League, a .330 average. 31 homers, that's second. 75 runs batted in, that's second. And 18 homers and 36 driven in this month. And he did not swing. 2 balls, no strikes.
Now, as you can see, Moeller is a sinker baller, but both left-hand hitters have hit the ball in the air, which means that sinker isn't working. And now that he's fallen behind Sammy, Sammy has a good shot. And in the month of June, Sammy has out-homered a lot of entire teams.
He's ahead in the count. 3 balls, no strikes.
Well, you know that he's got the 3-0 green light. And if Moeller misses middle in, we're going to see number 19.
Wind is blowing out tonight. And Sosa digs in. Here comes the 3-0. Bouncing ball to the right side, on the ground easily. And the Cubs are retired 1-2-3 in the top half of the first. Kerry Wood pitches for the first time in Tiger Stadium when we return after this.
Four tires fueling out the door.
We ask the hottest guys in the pits to switch antiperspirant.
Ultra Dry Degree, body heat activated.
When your body heat rises degrees, new Ultra Dry form releases extra protection.
Work better than my old stick.
It kept me dry. Ultra Dry.
New from Degree.
Regular lenses show reflections. Now at Lens Crafters, I have new lenses called Invisibles. They reduce reflections up to 90%. Wow. Only Lens Crafters can make Invisibles in almost any pair in about an hour.
New Invisibles, only at Lens Crafters.
Catch the Cubs year-round from your friendly confines. Subscribe to Vine Line, the Cubs' monthly newspaper. Vine Line is the inside line on the Cubs with coverage that includes player interviews, expert analysis, outstanding photography, and more. Vine Line makes a great gift for any occasion. Call 773-404-CUBS today and receive a free gift with your subscription. Rates start at just $19.95. To order, call 773-404-CUBS.
Dude, get down. It's my chair. Let's go. I'm not playing games.
Okay, here we go again.
Oh, dude.
He got him right where he wants it. Just a bit outside.
Hey, those dog obedience classes really paid off.
I'll take care of it.
Cubs go down 1-2-3 in the top half of the first. Here's the Tiger lineup. Detroit won its 29th game last night here at Tiger Stadium. Hunter, Easley, and Higginson, the top 3. Higginson, the real villain last night. Clark, Gonzalez, and Baroa, the new DH for this Tiger team. Then Alvarez, Oliver, and Davy Cruz, the shortstop, will bat 9.
And the Pepsi defense for Jim Riggleman and the Cubs. Valdez, Brown, and Sosa left to right. Alexander, Blauser, Morandini, and Grace. And a battery of Tyler Houston once again. And Kerry Wood. Wood looking for his 8th win, and this is his 14th start. As you can see, 118 strikeouts in 79 1/3 innings. And strikeout per 9 innings, Kerry Wood is the leader in all of baseball. So let's see if he can mystify these Tigers tonight.
And his first pitch is a blazing fastball high, ball 1. Kerry has not been nearly as dominant away from Wrigley Field as he has been at home. He's 2-3 with an ERA over 5 away from home.
I would think that especially Hunter and Easley, who can run the bases, would be forcing Kerry to throw strikes. I think they'll at least take 1 strike, but you never know.
2-0, 3-0. And that one almost hit him.
Ryan Hunter shaking his head as if to say, I think the scouting report is pretty good. This guy is throwing real hard.
The 3-0. The automatic right through there, 3-1.
As you saw the disparity between Kerry Wood at Wrigley Field, they indeed have been the friendly confines for him, and on the road not quite as good. But he's still just 21 years old, and he's still 4 games over 500.
Not too shabby. The 3-1 pitch. Here's a ball, and Hunter is aboard to lead off the ball game. And Wood is a man that you can run against. It takes him a while to uncork that blazing fastball.
Well, there's also another factor. If you take a look at Kerry's ERA, you can get to him in the early innings like many of the great pitchers before they really get loose and before that breaking ball really starts crackling. And so if he has any problems at all, ERA-wise, it's come in the first 3. The middle 3, he's been close to unhittable. But now he's got to keep a close eye on Brian Hunter because they will be trying to run on the combination of Wood and Houston.
So easily Stanton went 3 for 6 in last night's ball game. And Hunter just does get back.
He was picked off last night, and he almost got picked off again. 21 stolen bases for Brian Hunter, and you see he's leaning the wrong way. Just barely gets back in.
Hunter 21 out of 26 in stolen bases this year for the Tigers. One of the best base stealers in the game. He has a huge lead over at first, digs himself a hole, and gets back standing up this time.
Well, Jerry White, the first base coach, talking to Tim Sheeta, and he talked about a balk on the first move. So maybe he's just trying to plant that in Tim's head for later on in this particular confrontation.
Easily awaits the first pitch. And now time called by the batter.
I'd like to see Terry follow through at that pitch and not stop because he was in the middle of his delivery. And you'd like to see him just continue to follow through with it.
A very hot night. Pitch count will be interesting to follow in this one. It's 94 degrees at game time. The runner goes, the pitch, a fastball high. The Houston throw is a good one, and he's retired. Couldn't outrun the baseball that time, could he? One away.
Kerry did a nice job of keeping the leg kick a lot lower, and Tyler Houston comes out firing. This one beats Brian Hunter by a wide margin, and he's gunned down for the 6th time this year.
1-0 to Easley, and that's over for a strike. It's 1-1. Easley with 17 home runs on the year. That's 9th best in the American League.
That's the outside fastball. Let's see if he gets it out there.
He did, and it's fouled away. 1-2.
Kerry has yet to throw a breaking ball, and usually the first 1 or 2, either a slider or a curveball, will paralyze the hitter.
That ball hit hard to third. Manny Alexander over there makes a good play. And there are now 2 outs, and the base is still empty. So Bobby Higginson bats now. Hit the game-tying home run last night off Rod Beck. And is hitting .324 with 15 homers. And 43 batted in. And this will be interesting with the left-hand hitter coming up, taking dead aim at the broadcast booth here at Tiger Stadium.
I'm not concerned in the least.
The first Wood pitch is a ball, 1-0.
Last night, he had quite a night.
Belt high inside corner. He's not going to hit that pitch. 1-1. Scoreless game in the bottom of inning number 1 in Detroit. Chop foul past first. It's now 1-2 to Higginson. Boy, they've got a lot of young talent on this team, especially in the position player department.
I think the one thing they're missing is starting pitching. They believe that's going to come along. They brought Matt Anderson, their talented rookie, to the big leagues today. And we might get a chance to see him later on. They say that young man throws as hard as Kerry Wood.
But he has a pierced tongue, and Wood doesn't. The pitch. 3-2.
Different color hair also. Buddy Bell wasn't quite sure which color he would show up with.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Maybe a nice shade of fuchsia.
I like it. Here comes the payoff pitch. Au revoir. Struck him out, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, nobody left. We're through 1 scoreless in Detroit.
New Keebler Munch'ems are now much more fun. Because they're baked lighter and crispier, like chips. New Keebler Munch'ems.
Another cleanup, aisle 5.
Chips have gone crackers.
Hi, I'm Linda Carter, and I'm here to tell you why ordering your contact lenses direct from Lens Express is
Such a great idea.
We're America's largest contact lens replacement service. Call now for a free catalog and save up to 50% by ordering direct from Lens Express.
and I get the exact lenses my doctor prescribed or my money back. Now that's
what I call service. I couldn't do without
Lens Express.
Call this number now for a free Lens Express catalog.
It happens every year in some of the most remote stretches of land in Mexico. And in the world of off-road racing, it's truly the whole enchilada, the legendary Baja 1000. A mountain of dust for those who can stand to eat it, and the end of the line for those who can't. That's why more drivers who challenge the Baja rely on the Duralast battery than any other. The same Duralast you can rely on in your car, because it's the one we stock at AutoZone. The Duralast battery. Power you can depend on.
No score after one inning. Chip Caray along with Dr. Download Steve Stone from Tiger Stadium in Detroit. Kerry Wood, Brian Moeller. The featured pitching duel in tonight's ball game. Moeller undefeated at home. The Cubs trying to win for the first time here this season in Detroit.
I would think that Mark Grace would have a pretty good night against Moeller. And it is very hot. The ball is jumping. But Moeller's got pretty good stuff.
But he faces the third best hitter in the National League, and Mark Grace, .337 his average, 7 home runs, 43 runs batted in. The pitch to him is ball one. That's through there to even the count.
Mark Grace, number 3 behind Jordan and Kendall.
The 1-1. Fooled him with that off-speed delivery. 1-2.
Moeller 6'3", 235 pounds out of Rockingham, North Carolina. Last year, 11-12 for the Tigers. This year, he's been a lot better.
Grace pops it foul out of play. Stays 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. It's even now, 2-2. Moeller set now, the 2-2. Got him with a change.
That was the best changeup Brian Moeller's thrown tonight. And this young man was a 6th round draft choice in June 1993, so he's paid a lot of dividends. And you see that changeup diving out of the zone, and Mark Grace, a tough man to fan, goes down on strikes. So red-hot Henry Rodriguez steps up.
He's homered in 3 straight games. 3 homers, 6 runs batted in during that span, and is hitting a whopping 6-for-10. The pitch to him is a strike. Well, the Cubs have been living and dying with the long ball and have 2 of the hottest home run hitters in the National League. Actually, 3 of them. And Henry sent a drive deep right field. He's homered now in 4 straight games. Off the roof and
Last night, they thought that the one hit by Bobby Higginson off the number 16 was a bomb. This one off the roof in right field. And not much doubt about that. Henry hits his 17th. He's driven in 48. The Cubs have the lead. And Henry is starting to get as hot as Sammy.
I was talking with Dan Radisson before the ball game, and he said Jeff Pentland is the best. And I said, what do you mean? He said everything Henry was swinging at was crushed in batting practice, and he is really starting to hit the ball well now. That's his 100th big league home run. It gives the Cubs a 1-0 lead, his 4th home run in as many games, and his 17th of the year. 1-0 to Pedro Valdez now, and he takes ball 2.
Let's take another look at it as Henry gets every bit of this low fastball, and if you throw Henry down, you're asking for trouble. That almost left the ballpark. 26 times left-handers have taken the ball out of here, and that one just missed.
He was flirting with Reggie Jackson territory up there, wasn't he?
Yes, indeed.
3 balls, no strikes to Pedro Valdez playing left field. The pitch to him is a strike.
The coach Ron Santo has predicted that Pedro will have 3 hits tonight, and he's got a good pitch to hit here at 3-1.
Be a good time for it. He is 0 for 7 since being summoned up from the AAA Iowa club, but he draws a 1-out walk here. First of the game issued by Moeller. And now Jeff Blauser stands in. Jeff had his 7-game hit streak snapped in last night's ball game.
We're going to get a look tonight at the latest addition to this Tiger team. Geronimo Baroja was acquired from Baltimore. He was kind of wasting away there and not getting a chance to play. And he can hit. So we're going to see him up close and personal as the DH in the Tiger lineup.
So here's Blauser. Jeff at 241, a homer and 15 batted in. And he looks at strike 1. No balls and a strike.
Moeller's now given up 14 home runs, and that leads the staff by a wide margin.
Moeller very deliberate with runners aboard. The runner goes, the pitch out. Oliver's throw to second has him from here to Grand Rapids.
Well, I don't know if they picked up a sign or just exactly what happened, but Buddy Bell guessed right. Joe Oliver guns down Valdez, and there was not much doubt about that one.
Well, big Cubs fan Al Bloom watching the game from Yokosuka, Japan. He's in the United States Navy.
What time is it there?
It's 10:30 tomorrow morning.
Oh, good. Well, have some eggs on us.
Outside to Blauser, 2-2. Well, if it's on us, you know we'll pick up the check. I don't want to name any names about the picking up check type stuff as Blauser's picking up checks. Checked his swing, but is rung up for the 3rd out in the 2nd inning. But Henry Rodriguez hit his 17th homer, and the Cubs have a 1-0 lead.
Charles Bronson is Shaq Murphy.
Murphy!
A renegade cop out to clear his name.
Someone's framed me for 3 murders.
Charles Bronson. He doesn't break the law. He makes the law. Murphy's Law.
Saturday night at 10:30 on WGN.
Pain keeping you awake? Now the effervescent power of new Alka-Seltzer PM gives you complete relief. Alka-Seltzer Speed plus a gentle sleep aid. The 100% solution to nighttime pain.
New Alka-Seltzer PM. Sleep well.
Budweiser has 12 breweries located across the country. The Budweiser that you get from your local brewery is usually the freshest beer available in the marketplace. Budweiser sells very quickly. The average age of Budweiser on the shelf is about 40 days. Having local breweries ensures that your Budweiser is the freshest possible beer it can be by the time you purchase it.
It is here, high up in the Laganda tree branches, that the pyramantry reproduces. When the mating season is over, the female devours the male, destroying the
Now, when you win Lotto from the Illinois Lottery, you don't have to wait 20 years for your jackpot.
So, that's where you put it.
You get it in one lump sum. All the money, all at once.
WGN, 50 years as Chicago's very own.
Tony Clark set to lead it off in the second inning for the Tigers. Clark, Gonzalez, and Geronimo Baroa in the second. Cubs have a 1-0 lead. And the Schreiber family watching tonight in Orlando, Florida. Diehard Cubs fans. I want to send along greetings to the newest arrival in their family, 7-week-old Ryan Jordan Schreiber. Guess who that baby was named after? And no, it wasn't Ryan and the River. Clark hits a high pop fly foul and out of play.
This lineup is really made to order for Kerry Wood, and one of the few that he'll see that actually has 6 right-hand hitters in it. Normally they try to throw as many lefties as they can against him, but that's not the case with the Tigers.
Clark rifles that ball back at us, 0-2.
In the month of June, Tony Clark has been pretty good. Cubs were able to jam him last night, and they were able to off-speed him.
No balls, 2 strikes. It's 1-2. Tony Clark had a monster year last year for the Tigers, and he hits that ball on a line to right. Sammy on the run. It hits off the wall safely. Clark rounds first, and that's as long a single as you'll ever see. He hit that ball too hard.
Kerry got that slider up, and I think he did Tony Clark a favor. I don't think Clark could get around on his fastball. And here you see the breaking ball, and this one stays up, and Clark just ropes it off the wall. Sammy does a nice job in an unfamiliar park of playing the carom and holding Tony Clark at first base. So a very long, very hard-hit single.
And now Luis Gonzalez stands in. .310 his average, 8 homers, 37 runs batted. What did Kerry Wood learn about this guy from handling the pitching chart last night?
You have to keep the ball up on Gonzalez. Not that far up.
Right.
But he will crush the ball down, especially down and out over the plate. He saw one leave the ballpark.
The one hit Gonzalez had last night, a 3-run homer. Clark a short lead. The pitch is high again. It's 2-0. Big Cub fan Gil Hoffman checking out the game on satellite tonight from Jerusalem. Cub fans everywhere. Japan, Jerusalem. Amazing. The 2-0. Swung on, high drive, hit deep into left center field. Who wants it? It's Brant Brown. He's got it. And there's out number 1. So Clark retreats to first. And Geronimo Baroa makes his first appearance as a Tiger.
Hasn't had much of an opportunity this year, but he will get that opportunity with Detroit. A couple of years ago, Baroa was a very feared hitter in the American League.
And he takes inside. Ball 1. This guy bounced around an awful lot in the big leagues. Went out to Oakland and finally discovered his stroke. And now continues to bounce around this season. The pitch to him. Fooled him badly. 1-1.
You can see by those numbers 1 year ago, Burrow was hitting everything in sight, and this year he was having a hard time getting off the bench in Baltimore. So he just needs a little playing time, and the Cubs are hoping that he stays a little rusty. Came over from the Indians, pardon me.
2 balls and a strike. In fact, the Indians were a little miffed at Burrow. They weren't getting him enough at bats with Giles and Justice on that ball club. Wanted him to go down and get some at bats at AAA on a rehab assignment. He said no dice. So they traded him to the Tigers. The 2-1. High pop over the roof and out of play. That's on its way to Mandy Cohn's car in the Tiger parking lot.
Burrow not very happy with himself. He thought he had a pitch to hit, and he fouled it back. And it sets up the good slider. The way Burrow went after the other slider, you would think one would be forthcoming.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Boy, look at the hand action by Burrow. It's amazing. He can get the bat through the hitting zone, the way he wiggles around up there. 3-2. Now we'll see if Clark is running. With a man out and a free swinger up there.
He hasn't run off on only 2 stolen bases. It would be a gamble and a good opportunity to strike him out, throw him out if he does run.
Payoff. He chased a terrible pitch. And Wood has his second strikeout. And they're now 2 down. Clark's still at first. And now the youngster, a very impressive looking youngster, Gabe Alvarez, will be the hitter.
This would have been ball 4, well out of the zone, but Burrow is showing a little of the rust. And he goes down on strike. Strikeout number 2.
And that'll make Greg Soya happy today. He's 11 years old, living in Green Bay, Wisconsin, watching the Cubs tonight. Danny Lewis, 21 years old, in Knoxville, checking out the Cubs. And ball 1 to Gabe Alvarez.
Dr. Jim Blakeney looking on in Fort Myers Beach, Florida.
That's up in the Panhandle. The 1-0. It's a strike. Boy, the state of Florida in all kinds of troubles with those wildfires. Hopefully some rain will come soon. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cubs have a 1-0 lead. We're in the second in Detroit. And a weak pop fly out of play. 1-2. So Kerry has this kid set up for the punch out.
Alvarez is very strong. I'm not sure if he can get his hands out on the good inside heat. He does stand close to the plate. Looks like you can throw the ball by him, especially if it's upstairs.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The count evens 2-2. Shadows no longer a factor for the hitter or the pitcher. And now the delivery. It's a swing and a foul tip into Houston's glove. And Kerry Wood has his 3rd strikeout through 2 innings. He also has a 1-0 lead in Motown.
I've been waiting for this.
We all have.
Here it comes.
Southwest Airlines introduces another way to New England with new service to Manchester, New Hampshire for just $90.
And we'd like to remind you, Southwest never serves airline food.
You are now free to move about the country. Both these men have athlete's foot, but only one used the soothing cure. Prescription strength Desinex. It calms the itching and cools the burning while it heals. Got athlete's foot? Get Desinex, the soothing cure.
Universal Commodities Special Report on Heating Oil has the answers you need to take advantage of a projected major move in oil prices. Did you know the U.S. imports more than half its oil from foreign countries? And that emerging superpowers like China will soon be in direct competition with us for steadily dwindling foreign oil reserves? Call Universal today to get the information on this exciting investment opportunity. Call 1-800-749-1000 now to get your complete investment package on heating oil. Market conditions change rapidly, so don't delay. Call 1-800-749-1000 and find out how, with a 10-cent move in your option premium, a $6,000 investment in heating oil options has the potential for results of $20,000 or more. The proceeding was a mathematical leverage example and does not imply that clients have or will achieve similar returns. Heating oil is in short supply. Now is the time to make your move. Call 1-800-749-1000 to get your free videotape on options. With profit potentials this large, there is a corresponding level of risk. Call 1-800-749-1000 and get the special report on heating oil and your free videotape on options. That's 1-800-749-1000.
WGN, 50 years as Chicago's very own.
One nothing our scores. We head to the third inning. O. Henry has hit a solo home run, his fourth in as many games for the Cubs. And in the third inning, it'll be Houston Alexander and Brant Brown trying to add to the lead against right-hander Brian Moeller, who hasn't lost a game yet at home this season.
Tyler Houston can bunt for a hit if he takes a look at where Alvarez is at third.
Tyler had 3 hits in last night's game. Rifles that shot. Nice play by Easley. Robs him of a hit, 1 down.
Looks like the California Angels might have given up a little too soon on Damian Easley, who is becoming one of the dominant second basemen in the American League.
Boy, this team's really pretty strong up the middle. They're still looking for someone to take over and be a dominant force behind the plate. If you think about Easley, no errors in 40 games. Davy Cruz, just 4 errors in 52 games. And then you have Brian Hunter patrolling the cavernous center field here. This is a team that's gotten much better defensively of late this season after starting so badly for them. Last year, they had the best defensive team in the American League. The 0-1 to Manny is low, and the count evens 1-1.
One trouble spot visually this time of night might be in right field, where Bobby Higginson is in bright sunshine. It'd be hard for him to see.
And Manny has hit the ball to right field, took a shot that way this time, and is behind 1-2.
You can see that's the only sunshine in the ballpark, and Sammy Sosa and Bobby Higginson will have to contend with that here early in the ball game.
Manny hitting .246. Again, a late addition to the Cub lineup, as Jose Hernandez had a stiff neck and was a scratch for starting duty. The 1-2. He serves that ball toward right, but an easy play for Higginson. He's got it. No sunglasses for him. And there's out number 2. Big news out of Cleveland. Mark McGwire has hit his 35th home run for the Cardinals. 461 feet from home plate. It hit a steel girder supporting the scoreboard at Jacobs Field, and had it not hit that, the eyewitnesses say it would have left the ballpark completely.
That would have been the first time that ever happened in left field.
Brant Brown swings and misses. He's got 2 of the 3 longest home runs in that ballpark. Last year he hit the scoreboard.
He might have 2 of the 3 longest home runs in just about every ballpark.
Man, oh man. The 0-1. Fouled back. 0-2.
We talked about it last night. Only 4 balls ever hit over the roof in left field here, and as you would expect, Mark McGwire one of them. Cecil Fielder, Frank Howard, and Harmon Killebrew. And you take it out of here in left, and that is a poke.
The lights are on, and the Tigers are at home and trailing 1-0.
Very good crowd here tonight, by the way.
That just missed. 1-2. Let's see who's cleaning up in baseball, Steve. Home run leaders in the National League the last 10 days.
That includes Henry's home run tonight, so Sammy with 10, Bagwell and Henry with 5, and Brant Brown on the list.
Hits that ball on a short hop, easily kicks it, picks it, flicks it in time. And the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down in the Cubs half of the third. It's still 1-0 Cubs.
Cena's greatest enemy becomes a dangerous ally on the next Cena.
Saturday at 2 on WGN.
It's amazing what you can order by phone these days. Most amazing of all, you can buy car insurance direct from Geico over the phone. You could even save 15% or more. And who couldn't use a little extra money around the house? Geico Direct, a better way to buy car insurance.
Both these men have athlete's foot. But only one used Desinex, the soothing cure. Desinex has a dual-action formula that calms the itching and cools the burning. And Desinex is clinically proven to kill the fungus dead, so your feet feel good while they heal. Got athlete's foot? Get dual-action Desinex. Soothes while it cures.
Come on, let's go faster, faster. He's really driving us. He's killing us. I'm pulling away from you. It helps, though. I don't think I could do it on my own. I know. This is the longest I've ever stuck with a workout program. Well, they say motivation is the key. You can do it. Come on, you bunch of lost brothers. I don't see any sweat.
No wonder you can never get a bike around here.
This is what you're working for.
Joe Oliver to lead things off here in Detroit. Kerry Wood has struck out 3, Tigers through 2.
Damian Easley stays right in front of this one, and that's all that allowed him to throw out Brant Brown. If you stay in front and you play second base, you're going to have a good shot at not only knocking it down but making the play, and that was a good play on a hard hit ball. The Tigers looking for some kind of production from behind the plate, and a lot of Cub fans in attendance in Motown coming to see this great matchup between Moeller and Wood, and so far it's lived up to the billing.
Oliver, the former Cincinnati Red, takes ball 1 from Kerry Wood.
Speaking of the Reds, they are truly struggling this year. Not much going right for them.
They play the White Sox. In just a little bit, a ball and a strike to Joe. The Reds have lost 11 in a row. Swing and a miss. 1-2. I think they're still trying to move Larkin. They'd like to move some other higher salaried players, but maybe the asking price has been a little too high.
I think right now, as far as Jim Bowden is concerned, he's just sitting back. He's not going anywhere, so he's asking for the moon.
Not going anywhere is Oliver with that swing. Wood has struck out 4 through 2 innings and a third.
That breaking ball is going to get better and better, and as we told you, this lineup sets up for a lot of strikeouts from Kerry Wood with 6 right-hand hitters. And against the right-handers, when Kerry's throwing that slider, you might as well pack a lunch. It's going to be a long night.
Hopefully that'll continue. He's given up only 1 hit, that to Clark. And now Davy Cruz, the batter. And he fists that ball out of play. Cruz has struck out 19 times. He's walked only 7 times and 179 at-bats.
You got to like this young man, though. He's a slick fielding shortstop, and he's going to get a lot better as a hitter.
Hits it to second. A big hop for Mickey, and he will throw him out by a step. 2 down. Wood has set down 5 straight since the Clark leadoff single in the second. And back to the top of the order we go, and Brian Hunter. Cubs need a win, and they need to start stringing together a few wins. Houston has already lost a chance to inch a little closer to the Astros. Milwaukee also won. They won 9-2 over Minnesota and pounded Brad Radke today. And the Brewers are nipping at the Cubs' heels, 2 games behind us in the Central. And Wood fires a blazing fastball that Hunter thought was too far inside.
Friday and Saturday on WGN, the Cubs take on Kansas City, and it's Traxel against Pichardo tomorrow night.
That's right down Michigan Avenue, 0-2.
And then Saturday, Kevin Tapani against Jose Rosado. And Kansas City has had all kinds of problems at home. So the Cubs look to take advantage of that series.
They're 11-27. at Kauffman Stadium. That's surprising. The 2-strike pitch misses. 1-2. The Royals seem to be a team that needs some pop in the middle of their lineup. They've hit just 64 home runs as a team in the American League. Only 2 other teams have hit fewer than they have, Minnesota and Tampa Bay. And they play in a very big ballpark in Kansas City. The 2-2 is out of play, and Hunter stays alive. But thank goodness there's no turf in Kansas City. It'll be a balmy 98 or so this weekend every day. And sorry I won't be there until Sunday. The pitch. Hit on the ground again towards second. Morandini to a knee. Retires Hunter, and the Tigers in the third. 3 up, 3 down. To the fourth we go. It's the Cubs by a run.
Troy Aikman is back to pass. He's looking, look out. Oh, Aikman goes down.
He had a man wide open. What was he thinking?
Brute, it's all part of the game.
All right, guys. Same play.
Racist and outrageous. So loaded, you don't eat it, you survive it.
Play Pepsi Pop Culture. Just drink Pepsi or Mountain Dew. Match-winning phrases and win tons of cool prizes. From cash to trips. Even a new Jeep Wrangler. Pepsi Pop Culture. Drink, match, win.
Hey, Chicagoland, this is Brad Hawkins. Come join me at Country Thunder USA July 18th and listen to US 99 for more details.
You know, I can tell just by looking whether a vehicle's been driven hard or not. This guy's one of my regular customers. Scorched brake rotors, beat up oil pan, probably never takes his foot off the gas. And he trusts me to make sure it performs when he needs it most. So there's only one brand of auto parts I trust, CarQuest. I mean, you never know. Someday, he might need to give me a ride.
CarQuest, the professional choice. Both these men have athlete's foot, but only one used the soothing cure. Prescription strength Desinex. It calms the itching and cools the burning while it heals. Got athlete's foot? Get Desinex, the soothing cure.
WGN, 50 years as Chicago's very own.
On to the fourth we go. 1-0 our score after 3. And hopefully that sign will be prophetic as the Cubs play one more game in Detroit, then 3 in Kansas City, and then home against the Diamondbacks and the Pirates before the All-Star game. It'd be nice to steal a few wins and get to the intermission of the campaign in good shape. Morandini to lead it off. Mickey fly to left his first time up. And the first pitch to him, as I grab the glove, is high, ball 1. And we're delighted to have the queen of all media in Detroit, Mandy Cohn, is in our booth. And Morandini flies again to left. And Gonzalez puts it away for out number 1.
Here's Sosa. Getting a mixed reaction here in Detroit. A lot of Cub fans. He swung at a 3-0 pitch the first time. It wasn't one that he could handle very well, and he grounded to second.
Well, as we told you, McGuire hit number 35 in the first in Cleveland. And Sosa looks for number 32 here tonight. It would be a record-setting blast if he could get it. The pitch to him is high. Ball 1. Sosa gracing the cover of Sports Illustrated, a very nice article by Tom Verducci in this week's SI on Sammy Sosa and how he has matured as a player and as a person. And he's having a breakout campaign for the Cubs. The 1-0. Oh, what a cut. Fastball good enough to get by him up there. 1-1.
If you keep it up there, you've got a good shot. But if you get it down a little bit, then you play right into Sammy's hand. So far, Moeller throwing the ball very well. So far, only 2 hits in the ball game, as both pitchers have dominated.
1 ball, 1 strike. Moeller kicks and fires. 2-1 the count. What makes this guy so tough in this ballpark, Steve, this pitcher for the Tigers?
I think that Buddy Bell likes his competitiveness. He also is a sinker baller, and that certainly helps.
Sammy sends a drive into right center field, but not deep enough. Hunter is there for out number 2. Sammy reaching for that ball, may have hit it off the end of the bat.
I think Moeller's going to get a lot better on the road. I just think it's one of those things as a young pitcher, and he's only 26 years old. He appears to be the kind of guy that probably will win 20 games one year. You have to like his arm. And although he isn't the overpowering type of pitcher, he's got excellent control and moves the ball around well.
Mark Grace struck out his first time and takes a bullet on the outside edge. No balls and a strike. He slaps that ball over the roof, down the left side, off the facade, and into the upper deck. 0-2. Moeller's retired to 6 straight Cubs. Here comes the 0-2. Change. Fouled back our way, but just a little too low for me to save Steve's life. And the count stays 0-2.
Kind of interesting, when Mark Grace went through his red-hot home run streak, and he hit 7 in 10 days, they were throwing the ball inside quite a bit. Lately, they have been throwing the ball out away from him. And that's usually when he just reaches out and hits a double into left center.
The 0-2 is low. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
He is ready to go. I have to admire your courage, if not your intelligence.
And my dental plan, probably. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the pitch. He slaps that ball down the left field line, and you may be thinking at home, as you probably do quite frequently, what in the heck is he doing? Well, here at Tiger Stadium, you really have to be quick. We're 70 feet away from home plate. Now, if you see the GN banner, we're 70 feet away from home plate. The mound is 60 feet away. And Mandy Cohn, our bodyguard behind us, ready to swoop in should either Steve or I fail to catch a rocket line drive back hit.
He's ready to catch us when we collapse.
That's right. The 1-2 almost hit him. It's 2-2.
They have had a broadcaster or 2 knocked out in this ballpark.
It has happened before, but we are bravely carrying on, unlike our radio counterparts who are playing with the net in front of them. The 2-2. Rifled up the middle, a base hit for Grace. That's the second Cubs hit. And it brings the hottest man in the lineup, Henry Rodriguez, to the platter. He rifled a long home run with 1 out in the second to put the Cubs in front.
In the second inning, Henry steps up and gets a low fastball and almost takes it out of the yard. It's high over the second deck, and that's the difference in this game.
That ball went whoosh.
I could hear it swooshing out of the ballpark.
17 homers for Henry. The pitch to him. He checks the swing. Ball 1. The all-important whoosh. You can't have too many of those. Let's see if he can whoosh. Another one right here. The 1-0. It's 2-0.
He keeps throwing Henry downstairs. He will hit another one. Louis Gonzalez very deep in left field. And setting up as I am behind the monitors, he's the only fielder I can see.
The 2-0. Headed toward the coach and just out of play.
Man, oh man.
There's
by Family Crest, the fleeing chicken.
I love it. 2 balls and a strike, the pitch. Change up, popped up a mile high toward third. Alvarez in foul ground. He's got it, and the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left. Feathers flying here at Tiger Stadium. It's 1-0.
On Freno, Nick's having the hottest night of his life.
Turn down the heat.
Even after he wakes up.
Fire!
Nick Freno. Then on the Parenthood, TK's considered family.
I think you should tell him so.
I think you're right.
And I think I'm going to throw up.
Well, not by everyone. And on Sister Sister, it's the twins' birthday. So get ready for
a quiet family dinner at home.
What?
Sister Sister after Freno and the Parenthood.
Sunday night at 6 on WGN.
Both these men have athlete's foot, but only one used the soothing cure. Prescription strength Desinex. It calms the itching and cools the burning while it heals. Got athlete's foot? Get Desinex, the soothing cure.
At Geico, we settle claims quickly so you can get your car back, because no one likes to bum a ride to work. Geico, a 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance. How can Geico save you money on car insurance when you buy from us directly? We cut out the middleman. Geico, a 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Bud.
Why?
Oh, boy. Bud.
Why? Why?
Louie,
What?
just say the line.
That's what I'm doing.
No, you're not. You're going, why?
These are my interpretations of the part.
This isn't Shakespeare. You're replacing a stressed-out frog.
Hey, Frankie, you know what they say?
What?
There are no small parts, only small lizards.
Nobody says that.
I do. I say it all the time.
Bud.
Lies.
Bud.
Lies?
WGN, 50 years as Chicago's very own.
Well, Cubs fans, it's time to sport your best polyester as the Cubs and Southwest Airlines bring the disco decade of the 70s to Wrigley Field Tuesday, June 30th. Arrive by 6, groove to the tunes of Sister Sledge. The best-dressed fans can win 2 round-trip airline tickets from Southwest Airlines.
And yet another good shot of Stoney and Cher.
Oh, that is so good. 1 ball, no strikes to Easley. I just hope they can get me some polyester that's going to fit this time. Not an easy task.
No, you are punishing those pants.
Fouled back. It's 1-1.
Alan Kruk at the ball game tonight. Wants to say hello to Chris Skiba, looking on in Chicago. We're not allowed to do that, though, so we won't mention it.
That's right. Don't you forget. 1 ball, 1 strike. The breaking ball is taken low. 2-1. Hot and muggy night for baseball. 94 degrees at first pitch, but it's cooled off considerably. A nice breeze is blowing now.
This is baseball weather and a great night to pitch. It is certainly easy to get loose and stay loose.
The 2-1. Swung on and belted. How far is that one going to go? Easley just hit his 18th of the year, and we are tied at 1.
Not much doubt about that. Kerry Wood fell behind, and then the fastball was unloaded on by Damian Easley. Drives in his 56th with his 18th. And that was one of those where you just look up and admire it, except if you're on the mound. That's home run number 6 given up by Kerry Wood. Watch it again. Damian Easley gets a fastball up on the inner half and puts a charge into it.
So it's a new game, tied at 1. And Bobby Higginson is the hitter. Higginson hit a home run last night. Struck out swinging here in the first. And Wood 2-0. Houston to the mound to settle him down a bit. And as that meeting commences, let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is America's #1 sports station, WGN, Chicago.
From Tiger Stadium, Chip Caray, Steve Stone. Game 2 of a 5-game road trip for the Cubs. It's all even at 1 now. The 2-0 pitch. He is outside 3-0.
Higginson might be one of the guys on this team that you would give the 3-0 green light if he got a fastball middle in.
We'll never know. He walks him on 4 pitches, his second walk of the game. He walked Bryant Hunter on 5 pitches in the first, and the Cubs threw him out trying to steal second. So 1 on, 1 in, and Tony Clark, another dangerous fastball hitter, stands in.
Normally you don't have to worry about Higginson trying to steal. He only has 1 attempt, and he was thrown out. Clark will ground into a double play, however, if you can induce the ground ball.
Clark had the first Tiger hit against Kerry Wood tonight, and there's strike 1.
Well, after swinging late on a lot of fastballs, he threw him a slider. It stayed up, and Clark was able to turn on it. I think if you throw him the fastball inside, I don't think he's going to be able to get his hands out.
No balls, 1 strike. The pitch. That baby was really humming. 0-2.
If you go to anything off speed or breaking, throw it in the dirt, but I just as soon go to some high heat. I think you can throw it right by him. Clark looks like he might have a slider speed bat. I don't think he's going to catch up with the Wood fastball.
No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch is high, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to Tony the Tiger Clark. Here it is. High heat, got it. 1 down. 5 Wood strikeouts and 1 out in the 4th.
And there are the K's here at Tiger Stadium. I like this pitch sequence because you just went with the hard stuff, threw it right by Clark. Don't mess around with anything off speed. And that includes tonight Kerry Wood, 2nd in the league behind Curt Schilling. And bear in mind, Curt has a few more starts under his belt than Kerry. Kerry averaging more strikeouts per 9 innings than even the strikeout king, Curt Schilling.
So 1 on, 1 out now. Luis Gonzalez stands in. He fly to left his first time up, and he takes strike 1. Luis expecting triplets at any moment. Actually, it's Mrs. Gonzalez who's expecting them, but he's eagerly anticipating the new baby's arrival as well.
I was going to say, he looks very good in his uniform for being that far along.
You never miss an opportunity, do you? No balls and a strike.
You don't want to throw it down to Luis Gonzalez. The Cubs found that out last night. And Luis has had a very good year. Signed a 2-year contract here with the Tigers, so he'll be here for a while.
The runner goes on the 0-1. Hit and run. Bouncing ball to short. Keeps him out of the double play. There's out number 2. Higginson to second. 2 outs for Berroa.
Good call by Buddy Bell. You figure this will probably be a low-scoring game with these 2 guys on the mound opposing one another, so you want to stay out of the double play. And you do it by using the hit and run.
And now Berroa will try to register his first hit as a Bengal here in the 4th inning. 1-1 game. Damian Easley led off the inning with a long home run to left. Henry Rodriguez for the Cubs has homered in his 4th consecutive game. And that's where we stand, 1-1. Again, a very hot night. You can see Wood really has a lather worked up. 94 degrees at first pitch. The 1-0. That baby danced right through there, and Berroa can't believe it. 1-1. That thing looked almost unhittable.
Well, when it comes time to put him away, if you can get to 2 strikes, you want to use the high fastball. That curveball was a dandy. Not much doubt about it.
1-1. Off Houston's glove into the backstop, runner to third with 2 outs.
night on a couple of balls that might have been caught. They gave wild pitches. This is another one that might have been caught. And let's see what they charge. Probably going to be a wild pitch. Probably going to be number 3. That one just darting well inside. And Tyler Houston just off the disabled list. And you got to believe that Kerry Wood is not an easy man to handle at any time, but especially if you haven't seen pitching for a while.
So Kerry will now go to the windup. It is scored a wild pitch. And the count 2 balls and a strike to Geronimo Berroa. That baby jumped up there, but jumped out of the zone. 3 balls and a strike.
Now you have to be careful here. You got a rookie on deck, and you have a quality power hitter up with a hitter's count.
3-1. Strike 2. Berroa thought he had earned the walk.
Well, with that breaking ball, he told Berroa he didn't mind walking him. And Berroa took it for a strike. And usually Kerry has backed up the 3-1 breaking ball with a 3-2 high fastball. Let's see what he goes to here.
The payoff. Swing and a miss. And Berroa waves weakly and his strikeout victim, number 6. But the Easley homer ties it at 1 as we head to inning number 5.
Chicago Cubs baseball on WGN is brought to you by Hoover. Nobody gets the dirt like Hoover. Nobody.
Nothing beats fun at the old ballpark, so let the Cubs make your next corporate or social event a big hit. Choose from Mezzanine Suites, the right field group section, or the outdoor patio. For more information on group outing packages, call 773-404-CUBS. Here's your chance to see Wrigley Field like you've never seen it before. Take an official Wrigley Field tour. Visit the Cubs clubhouse, the dugout, the playing field, and more. It's a Cubs fan's dream come true. Call 312-831-CUBS today for ticket information and tour dates.
The ultimate Derek Jeter dream day. First you call a girl. Tell her that you're preparing a perfect candlelight dinner for her. I throw in some R&B. I can't cook, so I order some food. Tell them to give me the works and put it on my Discover card. Splash on a little cologne. Throw on your apron. The Discover card cashback bonus is the icing on the cake. What else would she want to do but to watch highlights of us winning the World Series in 1996?
It pays to Discover. To apply, call 1-800-IT-PAYS-TO. Accepted where you see the Novus sign.
Play Pepsi Pop Culture. Just drink Pepsi or Mountain Dew. Match winning phrases and win tons of cool prizes. From cash to trips. Even a new Jeep Wrangler. Pepsi Pop Culture. Drink, match, win.
Hey, Chicagoland, this is Brad Hawkins. Come join me at Country Thunder USA July 18th and listen to US 99 for more details.
A participating advertiser for Chicago Cubs baseball on WGN is the new Dodge. From cars to minivans to trucks, it's about change. The new Dodge.
Beautiful night for baseball. Fans from Windsor, Ontario, Canada at the ball game today at Tiger Stadium. And Pedro Valdez is set to lead things off. Valdez walked and was thrown out trying to steal his first time up.
Look at Joe Oliver as he looks at where Valdez is setting up in the batter's box. And then he calls a sinker and he wants it away.
So Moeller goes to work, and the first pitch is over cleanly for strike 1.
A lot of catchers will do that. They'll remember where a hitter set up the first time and see if he's going to change anything. And the changeup.
Off the end of the bat, Moeller will have an easy play. And the leadoff man is out here for the Cubs in the 5th. Here's Blauser. Jeff struck out his first time. Moeller has struck out 2. He's made 1 mistake. That's the Henry Rodriguez homer. Kerry Wood has struck out 6 Tigers and gave up a home run to Damian Easley. Cubs trying to get back to 43-35. A win puts the Cubs 4 games out of first. Houston already lost in 12 innings, 6-5 today. in Colorado. That's been their house of horrors for them, is it not?
I think something like 27 and 26, something about that for the Astros in Colorado. They've never had much luck there. And then it doesn't get any easier for Houston as they have to travel and play the Tribe, and the Tribe has been red hot. They go to Cleveland for a 3-game series. So some ground to be made up for the Cubs, I do believe.
1-0 to Jeff. And he takes a strike. We can't really worry about what Houston or Milwaukee or St. Louis or anybody else does. The Cubs have to get their own house in order here. They've not played all that well the last 15 games. The 1-1. Hit hard to the shortstop. 2 down.
That sinking line drive was hit right at Davy Cruz, and he was able to make the catch. He was going to jump, and then he realized if he just stayed where he was, the ball would settle right to him. And it did just that.
And he blows on the hand to cool it off after handling that hot smash. And there are 2 down for Tyler Houston.
Let's see if he bunts to third base for the base hit that I thought he could have done last time.
Instead, he grounded out to second. He doesn't show a bunt, but takes ball 1. Other finals in Seattle was shut out by San Diego 6-0 today. Oakland beat San Francisco again 5-2. And the count 1-1 to Houston. Other games in National League parks. Tampa Bay losing at Florida 3-0 in the top of the 4th. Montreal losing to Toronto in Montreal 1-0. Boston 2, Phillies 0 at the bottom of the 2nd inning. Yankees and Braves scoreless after 2. Baltimore and the Mets scoreless after 1.5. 1-1 to Tyler is low. 2-1.
Hit a shot at Buddy Bell before. He's just ecstatic that his son David is really come of age as a member of the Cleveland Indians. We saw him in the series. He had a great series against us.
Hit on the ground towards second. Easily will retire Houston. And the inning is over. Again, it's 3 up, 3 down in the 5th.
Get on a Southwest Airlines plane in Chicago. Make one stop or a quick connection, and then you can fly to many faraway destinations. Remember, one stop is a great way for you to save money.
You are now free to move about the country.
Dude, get down. It's my chair. Let's go. I'm not playing games.
Okay, here we go again.
Oh, dude.
He's got him right where he wants it. Just a bit outside.
Hey, those dog obedience classes really paid off.
Both these men have athlete's foot, but only one used the soothing cure. Prescription strength Desinex. It calms the itching and cools the burning while it heals. Got athlete's foot? Get Desinex, the soothing cure.
In South Dallas, a lot of folks like to work on their cars, and a lot of them come to AutoZone. They save money on top quality parts, and they find helpful people like Rocky Brown. Oh, sure, there are other parts stores in town, but Rocky's the kind of guy folks go out of their way to see. He's good at solving problems, and he really knows his parts. You see, when it comes to giving the right part, the right price, and good advice, there's just no place better than AutoZone.
WGN, 50 years as Chicago's very own.
On to the bottom of the 5th we go. The lower third of the Tiger order is due up. Alvarez, Oliver, and Cruz against Kerry Wood, Chip Terry, along with the good Dr. Steve Stone. Good ball game tonight from Tiger Stadium.
It's a very good ball game and not much to choose from. Both pitchers doing it a different way. Kerry's been overpowering. Moeller has kept the ball down, used the sinker, but equally effective, and just a solo home run on either side, and that's the tale of this one in a big ball game for the Cubs.
Yeah, they really need a win, Steve. We're losing 11 of their last 15 ball games, still in the hunt, not only for the division title, but for a wild card spot as well. It's still awfully early to be worrying about that kind of stuff, but this is a critical part of the schedule. You got to take advantage of the teams the Cubs are playing right now. And so far, they haven't been able to do that. Had a tough homestand and lost a heartbreaker last night here in Detroit.
He was the man that won the ball game last night, as we saw Gabe Alvarez show a lot of power. And they started to call him Babe Alvarez after his 2-home-run extravaganza in his second game as a Tiger. They paid dearly for him. Travis Fryman in that deal.
The 2-0 to him is high. 3 balls, no strikes. Carey hasn't gotten ahead of many hitters in the game with his overpowering stuff. He's still able to blow people away, but again, pitch count is something you worry about on a hot, muggy night. 3-0. And that's over for strike 1 call.
Be careful here, because Alvarez, I'm sure, looking for something middle in and something hard.
And there's ball 4, his 3rd walk, but 6 strikeouts.
There are the strikeouts. The fastball. Another fastball. Then a high hook and a good slider. And another high fastball and another slider. 6 of them. Look a little different, but they're all effective. And I would think that Oliver would be bunting, because he is the original good man for 2.
Let's see what he has in mind. Swings away, waves away, and looks to the heavens as if to say, I need a little help. 0-1.
Maybe he can't bunt very well, but you figure this is going to be a very low scoring, very tightly contested game. But I'm sure Buddy knows his personnel.
0-2. Joe from Orlando, Florida, went to Boone High School. His high school baseball coach, a gentleman by the name of John Hart, who's now the general manager of the Cleveland Indians. Ron Karkovice also played baseball at that school in Central Florida, and Oliver strikes out on the high gas. 7 strikeouts for Wood in the game. One on, one out.
3 quick pitches, and Joe Oliver is disposed of quite easily. Davy Cruz with an opportunity.
Runner goes, hit and run. Ground ball to second. Morandini on to second one. Relay to first. Not in time. Blauser hesitated, and that cost him a chance to turn the double play.
Alvarez almost ran into the ball. When he slowed down, that's when you had your play at second. But Jeff Blauser couldn't get the ball out of the glove, and Cruz was able to beat the play. Good idea on the hit and run, but Morandini stays at home, and you see that Alvarez has to slow down, but Blauser can't get the ball out, and the inning stays alive.
And Cruz did beat it by a fraction of a step. And now Hunter, the hitter. He's walked and he's grounded out. 2 outs, a 1-1 game. The pitch swung on, belted deep toward left. Back goes Valdez at the edge of the scoreboard, hauls it in. And that retires the side. No runs, no hits, 1 left. We are through 5, still tied 1-1.
Nobody does it like you.
Wind Tunnel by Hoover is here. It's breakthrough technology. Tests show it picks up more dirt than any other clean air upright.
Nobody
Wind Tunnel by Hoover.
does it like you.
Both these men have athlete's foot, but only one used the soothing cure. Prescription strength Desinex. It calms the itching and cools the burning while it heals. Got athlete's foot? Get Desinex, the soothing cure.
It is here, high up in the Loganto tree branches, that the pyramantry reproduces. When the mating season is over, the female devours the male, destroying the nest.
Now, when you win Lotto from the Illinois Lottery, you don't have to wait 20 years for your jackpot.
So, that's where you put it.
You get it in one lump sum. All the money, all at once.
How long does it take to turn the new Dodge Durango from the sport utility with the most passenger room in its class into the one with the most cargo room? Not long enough. Durango, new ground for the new Dodge.
This copyright telecast is presented by the authority of the Chicago National League Ball Club, which has right of approval of the announcers and is intended solely for the private and non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Chicago National League Ball Club is strictly prohibited.
It's sixth inning time here at Tiger Stadium in Motor City. A lot of Cubs fans in Detroit enjoying the ball game. Hey, pal, button your shirt. And Kerry Wood has struck out 7. Brian Moeller has struck out 2. Each has given up a solo home run. And we're all tied at 1 apiece after 5 complete in this historic ballpark at the corner of Michigan and Trumbull. They've played baseball here for 103 years. Tiger Stadium opened in 1912, same day as Fenway Park. The same day the Titanic hit an iceberg. Kafkaesque, is it not, as my partner would say. And Manny Alexander leads it off and rips a shot foul out of play.
Manny was not originally in the starting lineup, but Jose Hernandez came up with a stiff neck. And so Manny got a start tonight.
Fly to right his first time up, and Moeller continues to dazzle on his home field. He's a perfect 7-0 here at Tiger Stadium. The Cubs quite obviously hope that changes tonight. The count evens 1-1. Cardinals and the Indians are battling at the Jake. Mark McGwire nearly hit a ball out of the ballpark. Literally 461 feet in the first inning. Now John Mabry has just hit a solo home run in the 5th off Dave Burba, and that game now tied 2 apiece. The White Sox are leading Cincinnati 1-0 in the top of the 2nd inning at Comiskey Park. And Jim Parquet is pitching for the Pale Hose. 2 balls and a strike to Manny. The pitch is foul tipped off Joe Oliver's glove. Moeller with 65 pitches so far in the game. He's been very economical. He's scattered only 2 hits.
Looks like we're seeing a higher strike called from Marty Foster, especially on the breaking ball tonight.
And Manny went up and tomahawked that one to stay alive. Nothing wrong with that as long as it stays consistent. And we haven't talked much about the strike zone tonight, which is a credit to the umpire. Hardly even know he's there.
And the 2 managers, Buddy Bell and Jim Riggleman.
Now comes the 2-2 pitch. He loops that ball into shallow right. And Higginson's going to retire Manny for the 2nd time tonight. 5 in a row retired by the tough Tiger right-hander. And 1 out here in the 6th inning.
You're not going to get many loopers into right field because with 325 down the line in right, the right fielders usually play much more shallow here. Goes over your head, it's out of the ballpark anyway.
So Brant Brown bats, base is empty and 1 away. And he takes ball 1. Well, the weird feature of this ballpark, of course, is the overhanging second deck. It hangs 9 feet closer toward the field of play, and there's a great angle. If you get it up in the breeze, chances are you're going to go upper tank. And if you do, it's going to be a home run. If you don't, it's going to be caught on the warning track. 1 ball, 1 strike.
That's why this has been a left-handed hitting paradise for many years.
Hit on the ground towards second. Easily isn't going to boot that one. And there are 2 men out. Well, maybe the most famous home run, or certainly the most talked about home run hit here, was the blast by Reggie Jackson in the '71 All-Star game in Detroit. That's the transformer in right center field. Now, it didn't hit the box. It hit that railing right on top. And had it not hit that, they say it would have gone out of the ballpark that way. That's a shot.
Lively ball era.
Right. Were you pitching?
I did not make that one. That was my first year in the big leagues. And at 5-9, they don't send you to All-Star game.
Well, if the hitters had an All-Star game, they probably would have sent you.
In fact, they sent me down to Phoenix, as a matter of fact.
You had an at-bat in the All-Star game, though, didn't you?
I did, and it was very impressive. I worked J.R. Richard all the way to a 2-2 count before he struck me out. And I haven't taken the bat off my shoulder yet. And it's been 18 years.
Is that when the family crest became the running chicken?
The bailing out chicken.
The bailing out chicken at that point, right. Boy, he was tough.
Oh.
J.R. Richard, man, he threw hard. Morandini turns on that ball and fouls it away. As a kid, I was in Atlanta. My first Major League road trip as a youngster was with my dad to Houston, and I saw J.R. Richard pitch his last big league game before he suffered the stroke.
Well, this was the last time that he threw competitively, was that All-Star game. They timed him at 103, only pitched 2 innings, and then he had the stroke just a little later in July when the Houston team was on a road trip, and he stayed back and was working out at the Astrodome at the time.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Strike 3 called inside corner. And Mickey is retired, and so are the Cubs. Moeller set down 7 straight. He has his 3rd strikeout, and the great pitcher's duel continues from Tiger Stadium.
Both these men have athlete's foot, but only one used the soothing cure. Prescription strength Desinex. It calms the itching and cools the burning while it heals. Got athlete's foot? Get Desinex, the soothing cure.
If you ask us, it just tastes better.
The man in my life is kind of a puzzle. He's charming, yet old-fashioned, attractive, but often clueless. He's hopelessly Hayden, spelled Coach.
Coach, weeknights at 6:30 on WGN.
When your allergies are a nightmare, you need fast relief. You need the power of Zyrtec. Prescription Zyrtec starts working fast and lasts 24 hours. So when allergies are a nightmare, remember the power of Zyrtec. In studies, drowsiness was the most common side effect. Other side effects included fatigue and dry mouth. Most were mild or moderate. To learn more, ask your doctor or pharmacist.
Both these men have athlete's foot, but only one used the soothing cure. Prescription strength Desinex. It calms the itching and cools the burning while it heals. Got athlete's foot? Get Desinex, the soothing cure.
WGN, 50 years as Chicago's very own.
Damian Easley leads it off. He is the villain. Whoosh.
There it is. We were whooshing in stereo as that one went out of the yard, and you don't want to miss middle in with a fastball to Easley, or we'll be wishing he didn't.
Easley takes ball 1. His 18th homer of the year tied the game, and Wood fooled him that time. The ball and a strike.
Much better pitch selection by Kerry Wood as he kept that one away from Damian Easley.
You know, we have a future in sound effects, don't you think?
I think so. Steven Spielberg, where are you?
Probably in L.A. The 1-1 is outside. 2 balls and a strike.
78 pitches, 5+ innings, just 2 lone hits, and one of them the home run in the 4th.
But he needs a little offensive help now as he's in a tie ball game, 1-1. And that's rocketed back foul. Hey, right-handers aren't supposed to hit it this way. 2-2.
That was well over. No threat at all. I think I would go back to the slider to Easley. And not mess around with another fastball because Easley right on it fouled it straight back.
Wood with 7 strikeouts in the game. A broken bat roller to the shortstop, Jeff Carl Hops. And the throw across in time for out number 1. So Easley is retired. And a reminder, our senior producer director of Chicago Cubs baseball is Arnie Harris. Tonight's game produced by Mr. John Walgren. Our associate is Mark Brady. Our coordinating producer is Kim Fields. The executive producer of WGN Sports is Bob Vorwald. We're at Tiger Stadium in Motor City. The Cubs trying to leave town with a split of this brief 2-game series. Then it's off to Kansas City, where barbecue ribs await.
So does Wayne Larrabee, who will be joining me for a couple of ball games before you return on Sunday.
Dress cool, Mr. Larrabee. It's going to be hot. Here's Higginson. A breaking ball taken for ball 1. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock from Kansas City at Kauffman Stadium. It'll be about 87, 88 at game time. And a line drive into left center field off the bat of Higginson. Brown over quickly, big turn. He's going to try the relay. It's not in time. A hustle double.
Brant Brown plays so deep in center field that it has gotten around the league that on a seemingly routine base hit, you just keep on going. And Higginson, who doesn't have great speed, ran a single into a double. So Brant's going to have to start getting to these a little more quickly and getting it back in right away. I see him wait back on this, and Higginson just took advantage. He turns it on, and when the throw comes bouncing in and bounces up, Higginson stays down. He beat the play rather easily, and that could turn out to be a big play.
That represents the go-ahead run, and it's Clark against Wood now. Tony has singled. He has struck out. 1-1 game in the Tigers' 6th. The pitch. Rifled back our booth position. Steve, you can get up. 0-1.
No problem at all. Chippy.
Dr. Strangeglove is sitting to your left. Dan Radisson, the man who was kind enough to issue the tools of ignorance. The pitch is high. Billy Williams down in the Cubs dugout is laughing his backside off, man. He said we had it all the time. One ball, 1 strike. Come on, Tony. I want to prove my partner wrong. I can make a play on you.
You got hands like feet. That's why I'm sitting over here.
Oh, ye of little faith.
But I got a good look at Pedro Valdez in left field.
1-1. Breaking ball. Tyler tried to steal that call. Didn't get it. 2-1 to count now.
I'm not sure if you want to go to too much soft stuff to Tony Clark. You threw the fastball by him last time. You went to some stuff. He rifled it off the wall. There's a look at Louis Gonzalez in the on-deck circle.
The 2-1. Fastball over our heads again. It's 2-2. They're homing in on us, partner.
What's that, us, Tonto?
Oh, that's good. I like it. 2-2. Bouncing ball to the right side. The runner will move to third. Mark Grace will win the race to the bag. Clark's retired, 2 down, and now it's up to Gonzalez if the Tigers hit a breakthrough in the 6th.
This is where Tyler Houston really has to bear down behind the plate. It's a game where 1 run can make a big difference. We've already seen 1 wild pitch. Tyler has to have all his concentration. He went 5 innings last night. Just off the disabled list, he's in his 6th inning tonight. And Carey is a tough man to handle.
Higginson at third base came charging down the line, and Wood stepped off the rubber. Now he's back on. He'll work off the windup, and Gonzalez awaits the first pitch, and it's way outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Houston and Wood converse.
I think he's probably telling him, look, you got a pretty tough left-hander. He's hitting over 300, and you've got Geronimo Barroa, who you fanned twice in the on-deck circle. So just don't give Gonzalez anything too good to hit. And you've dominated Barroa tonight, and Louis hitting over 300.
1 ball, no strikes. That's a foul tip. And a bad break for Gonzalez. That would have been ball 2. Kerry Wood with 7 strikeouts, 3 walks. He's given up only 3 hits in the game, one of them a solo home run. And that's our story. We are tied at 1. Ryan Moeller has been very tough. Kerry tough as well. A classic pitcher's duel. The 1-1. Inside, 2-1. Tigers made a huge comeback after a 53-109 year back in '96. And now time is called as a big beach ball enters the field of play in right center. Last year, Detroit won 79 games, lost 83, and some folks thought, Steve, this would be a year they could challenge for a postseason berth, but it hasn't worked out that way.
They've called up a few younger players. And there is the general manager of this team, Randy Smith, who's already told the owner, Mike Ilitch, that have to be a little patient. They've got the new ball club slated for the year 2000. At that point, then they can start investing in some pretty good, solid free agents, because now you'll be in a position where you'll have a chance to win.
2-1. 3-1.
I would be very careful here. I wouldn't mind putting him on first base. Take your chances with the right-hander, but let's see what Tyler Houston and Kerry Wood have in mind.
3 balls, 1 strike the pitch. It's ball 4. His 4th walk. 1st and 3rd, 2 outs for the designated hitter, Geronimo Barroa.
Now, one of the things you have to watch with a young pitcher on the mound is the double steal. And I think that's what Tyler Houston is going out there, and Jim Riggleman is also doing the same thing. And that's why he's calling in Jeff Blauser, because he knows that you still have a very young pitcher on the mound, and if they do use the double steal, he doesn't want the Cub infield to be unprepared for it, or Kerry Wood to be unprepared for it. That's not the way you want to lose a ball game.
It's still 1-1. The Tigers threatening here in the 6th. Barroa has struck out twice. And now we're set to go. 92 pitches from Kerry tonight. Barroa digs in. The first delivery is a strike. Got the breaking ball over, and Barroa not expecting that. He struck out in the 2nd. He struck out in the 4th. Hopefully he'll strike out here in the 6th. There are 2 outs, 2 men on. Another nasty breaking ball. That's almost unhittable.
That one buckles the knees, the front foot went flying, and the ball snapped over the plate. Now you can use some high heat out of the zone, and that's exactly what Tyler Houston wants.
The 0-2 runner at first goes. The pitch is rocketed foul back behind the plate.
They were going to try the attempted double steal. And Jeff Blauser, with a good enough arm where if he doesn't think there's any chance, he's going to come in front of the bag. And if Higginson goes, he's going to fire it right at Houston. And that's what Jim Riggleman went out there to discuss. Now that you've used the high heat, go back to the breaking ball, Tyler.
0-2. The runner goes, the pitch, breaking ball, swung on, line left center field. Brown on the run, still coming, dives, can't make it. And 2 runs are going to score. Baroa's at second, and the Tigers have a 3-1 lead.
Brant Brown might be hurt on that dive, and it looked like he was going to make the catch, and he's got some shoulder problems, looked like left shoulder problems as he took the dive, and boy, let's hope that he's okay. Well, he is really hurting as Dave Tumbus runs out there along with Jim Riggleman. And he landed right on the left shoulder.
Two runs scored. Tigers have the lead, and let's see what happened to Brant.
It looked like he just missed it. It was a play that I think he probably should have made standing up, but we talked about sight lines here, Chip, especially this time of night. You can make this catch without diving, and it hit the heel of the glove, and that's when he jammed the left shoulder. So he is really hurting, and on the play, the Tigers score a pair.
Dave Tumbus, the Cubs trainer, out administering to Brant Brown, who's still down on the ground for the Cubs. The Tigers have scored 2 runs with 2 outs in the 6th. And the way Brant Brown has played for the Cubs, we cannot afford to lose this guy.
Well, it looks to me like the same injury football players get, separated shoulder when they land on the point of the shoulder. Let's hope that it's okay, and let's hope that he's going to be okay. Because certainly at this point, with Lance Johnson not able to play, Brant Brown has done yeoman-like service in center field. And Brant has hit 11 home runs, and he's hit over 300, but right now, he looks like he's pretty well shaken up. He's going to leave the game.
Yeah, he's not moving his left arm or shoulder much at all. And Brant Brown will have to come from the game for the Cubs. A valiant effort on the diving try, but the ball looked like it hit him right on the heel of the glove, and he landed very awkwardly in left center field. Here in the Tigers' half of the 6th.
It's not dark here yet, and it looks to me like Brant Brown just misjudged it because he just doesn't catch it. It hits the heel of the glove, and that's when he lands on the point of the shoulder. And we'll wait to give you a medical update as soon as we get it, but Brant Brown, left arm, you can see it hooked in his belt right there, and they're going to take a long look at it. And boy, I feel bad for the youngster who got his chance to play every day. He's put together a very special year, and he's getting a nice hand from the crowd.
So Matt Mieski's going to come off the Cub bench, and he will go to right field.
Looks like then Sammy would have to play in center because Jose Hernandez, you know, has the bad neck. And so Sammy will get a look in center field. Now, he has played some center field when he was a very young man. He spent a good deal of his time in right, however. This is the biggest center field he's probably ever seen. So he's got a lot of room to roam.
So Mieski is on for Brant Brown. The Tigers have scored twice. They lead 3-1. Sosa moves from right to center. Valdez stays in the game in left. And now Gabe Alvarez, the hitter for the Tigers. It scored a 2-run double in the 6th inning.
And Sammy looking in the dugout to say, oh, by the way, where do you want me to play? Right now he's playing the left field. I don't think they want him over in left field. Yeah, move over a little bit to your left, Sammy. You've got about an acre of ground to cover there.
So a disastrous turn of events here in the 6th. Not only do the Cubs lose Brown, they're losing the ball game now by 2 runs. And Moeller's pitched brilliantly for the Tigers. Alvarez 0 for 1 with a walk. He struck out in his other official appearance. 1 ball, no strikes.
Right now, Sammy is playing a very shallow center field for a guy with a tremendous amount of power. 440 feet to straightaway center. You can run all day out there.
1-0. Check swing went around. The count evens, a ball and a strike. Cub bullpen starts to loosen up.
Dave Stevens throwing in the pen. He was the man on with Alvarez up last night when Alvarez got a base hit over the head of Jose Hernandez and left.
The Indians have taken a 4-2 lead over the Cardinals. Jim Thome has hit a 2-run homer. That game now in the top of the 6th. A 2-run deficit here in Detroit. The 1-1 is low. Again, we don't know the extent of the injury to Brant Brown, but suffice it to say, for the most part, the Cubs have been pretty blessed as far as the injury bug has been concerned.
That is a testament to both Dave Tumbas and to Steve Melendez. They've done a great job with this ball club, not only treating the little nicks and bangs and everything that happened during the course of the year, but also preventative measures. And the Cubs certainly have been blessed in the injury department.
3 balls, 1 strike. 3-1 game. And they want to pay very close attention to Perot.
And again, be careful with Alvarez, who has tremendous power. Oliver is in the on-deck circle, and he's been mystified by Kerry Wood tonight.
Fifth walk. Not a bad idea if you can get around Oliver now, who has struck out twice and has not come close to hitting Kerry. He has seen 7 pitches in the 2 at-bats. So first and second for Detroit. Oliver, a .241 hitter. And that's over for strike 1. Kerry is over now the 100 pitch mark. No balls, 1 strike. Swung on, there's a drive. Deep toward left. Down that line, and it's just foul. And out of play. 0-2. Joe Oliver hits the ball about 335 feet down the left field line, and just foul for strike 2.
Joe gets out a little quickly on this one, and fortunately hits it foul. Pedro Valdez ran for days.
No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. 1-2.
I'm hoping he doesn't get a good piece of it to center field. Sammy looks like he's just kind of wandering out there. I'm not sure he knows exactly what to do. Now he moves up and he moves back.
He looks about as comfortable as we feel when there's a left-handed hitter up.
You're not kidding. That's got to be a tough job for him. Don't forget, he's looking in at a new ballpark. He's never seen this kind of background before. He hasn't been here in many years now. He was certainly here with the White Sox, but he probably was looking in from right field the entire series.
1-2 to Oliver. Here it is. Got him swinging. He struck out 3 straight times, and the inning is over. But a very costly 6. Not only do 2 runs score to give the Tigers the lead, the Cubs have lost Brant Brown to an injury. We'll be back.
Chicago Cubs baseball on WGN is brought to you by Pepsi. Generation Next.
If you ask us, it just tastes better.
New Keebler Munch'ems are now much more fun.
because they're baked lighter and crispier, like chips. New Keebler Munch'ems.
Another cleanup aisle 5.
Chips have gone crackers.
Soccer sure has changed since I played. 30-foot rises. Contracting goals. This game is nothing like we could have ever imagined. And it all started with All Sport.
All Sport, with a third more carbs than Gatorade. The game will never be the same.
A participating advertiser in Cubs baseball is CarQuest, offering top-quality parts for the vehicles America's driving. Call 1-800-492-PART for the CarQuest near you.
On to the 7th we go now. It's 3-1 in favor of the Tigers. And now Cubs center fielder Sammy Sosa will bat, leading off the 7th inning.
Moeller's done a real good job of keeping the ball away from Sammy. If you don't try to pull it in this ballpark, Sammy can easily hit it out in right field. And the McGuire Who signs popping up here in Detroit. The same McGuire who hit his 35th home run of the year. So look away, Sammy. He's going to be out there.
Ball one high. In fact, McGuire nearly hit that home run out of the field of play in Cleveland, 461 feet away. 1-0. Sosa sends a drive. Deep toward right. Oh, baby, long gone. One-run game.
And that's how you do it. You can't throw one pattern to Sammy Sosa. Moeller had stayed. And Sammy with 32, the all-time record, his 19th home run of the month. For most home runs in any month for anyone who's ever played this game. How about that? What a night for Sammy Sosa. Well deserved. The man has worked hard his entire career and finally getting all the recognition he deserves. And it wasn't a cheapie. It was a blast into the upper deck in right center.
And I think you got the baseball back, too. I think one of the fans either threw it out or it came out. And Sosa got the record-breaking baseball. And listen to this place. Unbelievable. A one-run game and a curtain call in Motown. Here's Mark Grace.
And the bullpen up and going now, double-barreled action. Runyon is one of them, and the other one is Matt Anderson, that hard-throwing youngster. Bring him in here. Let's take a look at him.
1-0 to Grace in a 3-2 game now. The 1-0 is a strike. Grace didn't think so. Home run leaders, McGuire hit his 35th. Sosa has hit his 32nd. Ken Griffey Jr. of the Mariners also has 30. What a race. Grace reaches out on the off-speed pitch and rifles that into right field. Higginson over, cuts it off. Took an extra step. Grace to second. Dives ahead of the play. And it's a double. Still nobody out. Hit number 101 on the year. And his 21st double ties him for 8th on the all-time list with the coach, Ron Santo, in Cub annals.
Sammy Sosa had been fed a steady diet of pitches away, and this time he looks away, and that is the all-time record, folks. Nobody has ever hit 19 home runs in any month of any major league season, and he does it in the home park of the man who held the previous record, Rudy York. And so now they're wasting as much time as they possibly can, and here comes Buddy Bell. That's going to be it for Moeller. So he will stay undefeated. He cannot lose this game if he comes out. And the Cubs are hoping he won't win it either. And they're probably going to Runyon against Rodriguez.
A 3-2 game. The tying runs at second. Buddy Bell hasn't made the motion yet. You've got Rodriguez, you've got Valdez, and then you've got Blauser here in the 7th. And now the move is going to be made. The hard-throwing left-hander Runyon comes on. Moeller departs. The Cubs within a run here in the top of the 7th.
To allow people with disabilities to contribute to society, to be part of the common experience that's life in America, to be measured by the standard of what we can do, not what we can't.
Now, that's the Honorable Michael D. Bryan beside me.
Whether to lead with the content of our minds or the character of our hearts, to not be defined by our disabilities. These are the goals of the paralyzed veterans of America. We're working for a better tomorrow.
Sean Runyon on in relief. 2 left-handers up, but he just skipped a warm-up toss all the way to the backstop. Hopefully that'll happen when the ball is live for the Tigers here.
1-2 record, 3.46 ERA. He's been a busy man out for the 43rd time. But you look at the 16 walks in 26 innings. He came on for an inning and a third last night. The Cubs couldn't hit him. They couldn't score on him. He fanned 3 but walked 2 in the inning and a third. So the young man comes in with a good fastball, and Sammy, with the bat, that helped him set the all-time record. And maybe that one goes to Cooperstown.
I don't know if he wants to give it up, man. That thing's had a lot of home runs in it this month. So Moeller can only sit and watch as the pen takes over for the Tigers. And of late, this has been one of the real strengths of this Detroit team. Their pen was awesome yesterday, and they've been terrific of late as well. They're 8-3 with a 378 earned run average.
Matt Anderson continues to throw in the pen. And we told you that Runyon's control problems have been season long, and he's fallen behind Henry. So this is where the lefty-lefty advantage evens out. Henry ahead 2-0.
This Runyon's 43rd appearance. Wow. 2-0. That ties him for the most in baseball. 3 balls, no strikes. Lefty against lefty here.
Sammy cooling off because he's been hotter than anybody in baseball ever has in 1 month.
3-0. Ball 4. Rodriguez draws the walk. First and second, nobody out. All right, Pedro, it's time for you to come through now. 0 for 8 as a Cub, 0 for 1 with a walk tonight. Well, he won't get a chance. He's going to be lifted.
And Jose Hernandez is most likely coming on to bunt.
And you'd imagine he would stay in the game, too. Send Sosa back to right. Jose would probably play center, and Miski would move from right to left.
You would think so, and you would think that Matt Anderson would now come into the ball game against Jose. And we'll see what Buddy Bell has in mind when they announce Jose Hernandez.
I'm looking forward to seeing this right-handed pitch. He threw like Steve used to throw. There's the announcement, and out pops Buddy Bell. And Anderson, the #1 pick of the Tigers last year, is going to make his major league debut, I would imagine, tonight against the Cubs at Tiger Stadium. It's 3-2. The call is made. On comes Anderson to face Jose Hernandez, and we'll check out the fireballing right-hander right after this.
Facing History and ourselves listens to kids' voices. It confronts violence and intolerance through education and empowers kids to make it.
Facing History is looking back into the past and trying to fix our mistakes.
They're people, they're educators who care, and they're students who care.
and there are people out there making a difference. It has taught me that there's a different world out there, and we can all get along if we just try. In a world belongs to
How does he survive?
I am a boy, I am a boy, I am a power. I am a boy, I am a power. I am a
Well, here's the man that the Tigers think is going to be their closer for many a year to come, and just watching him warm up is bringing oohs and ahs to the lips of the crowd here at Tiger Stadium.
Matt Anderson, the #1 pick in the country last year. And you look at what he's done. Nobody hits him.
This is America's.
They're also coming up this inning.
Anderson consistently above 95. Can hit triple digits. If I'm Jose, if in this situation, if I'm not called upon to bunt, I make him throw me a strike or two. So we'll see what Jim Riggleman has in mind here as Jose digs in. First and second, nobody out. And the tall, rangy right-hander to the belt. He shows bunt, and there's ball one. Boy, that ball is zipping. And we understand we've lost our video for the moment. And so we'll revert, Steve, to the old radio play-by-play. 1 ball, no strikes. Mark Grace leads from second. Henry Rodriguez from first. They're in at the corners. The right-hander sets. Jose digs in. The pitch is a bunt attempt that's taken a fastball high and away, 2-0.
I just don't think Anderson is going to throw a whole lot of strikes. So even though the bunt sign is on, I change that now to the take sign. At least take 1 strike. You don't want to take 2 and get yourself in a hole where you might strike out. But certainly taking 1 strike would be a good thing to do here.
The right-hander sets. The runners lead the 2-0. He takes a strike on the outside corner, 2-1, and that baby was sizzling over the outside edge.
I have to tell you, folks, that with Kerry Wood and Matt Anderson in the same game, you have 2 of the hardest throwers in baseball pitching for their respective teams.
2 balls and a strike in at the corners. Double play depth up the middle. Runners lead from first and second to set the 2-1. He bunts. He lays it down in front of the mound. Anderson fields, flips high to first, and the grab made by Easley over there. A great play to prevent the error. And the runners advance to second and third on the very shaky sacrifice. Wow, what a play by Easley, who was just tall enough to save the day for the Tigers.
Got to believe that the youngster on the mound is very psyched up and maybe a little nervous. He almost threw that one into right field. That would have scored 2 runs.
So now Jeff Blauser bats. The infield backs up. They'll concede a run for the out here. It's 3-2 in favor of Detroit. The set, the pitch. Fastball low. 1 ball, no strikes.
A lot of pressure on Joe Oliver because the young man right now is probably getting it up there in the high 90s. And you've got to be able to block anything down. That scores a tying run. Mark Grace just 90 feet away.
Sosa led the inning off with a long homer to make it 3-2. The set, the 1-0. Fastball popped up. Right side, deep enough. Higginson drifts back in shallow right. He's under, he's got it. Grace tags from third. Here comes the throw. Close play and not in time. Grace slides home safely to tie the game at 3 apiece. Sacrifice fly RBI for Blauser. It's 3-3.
Well, Higginson made a mistake, and I think that's what Buddy Bell probably thinking to himself. Higginson did not set up very well to make that throw. He caught the ball on the wrong side of his body. He caught the ball taking a step backward. You've got to go back, catch it on the right side, and have everything coming forward. And he might have had a shot at Grace had he done that.
Well, he's a man that had 20 assists last year, has 8 this year. but didn't play that ball well at all. So the Cubs tie it for Tyler Houston. The set, the pitch to him, swing and a miss. A blazing fastball, 0-1.
And meanwhile, that was an all-important 16th run batted in for Jeff Blauser because it knots it at 3.
Tyler Houston, 3 for 3 last night. 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts to second tonight. Digs in. The stretch. The right-hander ready. The 0-1. Fastball popped foul back over our heads toward the seats. Giving chase are the Tigers' Joe Oliver and Gabe Alvarez, and they just do run out of room. So Tyler Houston down 2 strikes. The Cub bullpen is busy. Terry Adams, the right-hander, starts to limber up. A new ball game tied at 3. A homer by Sosa, a double by Grayson, a sac fly by Blauser has tied the affair here in the 7th. I kind of like the curse of the 7th inning when we're on the road.
Yes. Close the book on Moeller. 6+ innings. 3 runs on 4 hits. He'll get a no decision out of this one.
A 2-strike pitch. Fastball popped right over our heads. And in case you missed it, here's how the Cubs scored the game-tying run.
And take a look at Higginson in right field. Watch how he catches this. He's backing up and he catches it on the left side of his body. Doesn't get enough into this throw, and Mark Grace scores ahead of the throw.
So again, Tyler digs in on 2 strikes. Henry a big lead at second. The pitch is low, and it's 1-2. 2 runs, 2 hits, a walk. In this Cubs 7th, Moeller cannot win it. 6 innings, 4 hits, 3 strikeouts, 3 runs. Here comes the 1-2. Even his off-speed pitch is about 93. Let's pause for station identification.
This is America's #1 sports station, WGN, Chicago.
Deuces wild, 2-2. Swung on, line right field, base hit. Higginson up. Henry rounds third. He's got the red light. Higginson with a great arm hits the cutoff man. So it's 1st and 3rd with 2 outs. And Houston is 4th hit in 2 days. Welcome back from the DL, Tyler.
Tyler got a fastball down where he likes it, but aggressively this time. Bobby Higginson comes in, makes a good throw. And Tom Gamboa can't gamble with Henry. He doesn't have that kind of speed. He gets the stop sign, and that puts runners at the corners. And now Scott Service will pinch run for Tyler Houston.
Well, the game plan is to bring Tyler along pretty slowly, 5-6 innings at a time until he's 100% healthy. He'll tell you he's still not 100% yet, but he came through here with 2 outs in the 7th inning, rifling a single into right field. Service will in all likelihood catch the rest of the game, and now if Manning could come through, he could give the Cubs a lead here in the 7th. 1st and 3rd, 2 outs.
Buddy Bell motions to Gabe Alvarez at 3rd. And he takes a step in a little closer just in case Manny is thinking about the bunt. And the bullpen up and going once again for the Tigers.
I think that's Doug Bochler down there.
Wild pitch would look good now.
You bet. And this kid can uncork one, and that's low, 1-0.
They've got to have Anderson get some innings under his belt before you could even think of him as a closer. And that's what Buddy Bell envisions next year. Pretty much using him as a setup man.
1 ball, no strikes. They're at the corners in the Cubs 7th. 2-0 the count. Matt Mieske waiting on deck. He would bat for the injured Brant Brown. And now Oliver out to the mound trying to settle down the young right-hander. Anderson, the 3rd 1997 draft pick to make it to the big leagues. Jim Parquet of the White Sox and Matt Frank of Cincinnati, the other 2. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch swung on, high chop to 3rd. Alvarez will fire to 1st in time. And that retires the side. But the big story, another game, another big league record for Sammy Sosa. His 32nd home run, the 19th in June, has helped the Cubs tie the game in the top of the 7th inning.
When your allergies are a nightmare, you need fast relief. You need the power of Zyrtec. Prescription Zyrtec starts working fast and lasts 24 hours. So when allergies are a nightmare, remember the power of Zyrtec. In studies, drowsiness was the most common side effect. Other side effects included fatigue and dry mouth. Most were mild or moderate. To learn more, ask your doctor or pharmacist.
Nobody does it like you.
Nobody has harnessed the power of the wind like Wind Tunnel by Hoover. A breakthrough in cleaning power. Hoover tested Wind Tunnel against other leading brands. The difference is remarkable. Others scatter much of the dirt, but Wind Tunnel channels the power of the wind, picking up more dirt than any other clean air upright. Only from
Hoover, nobody
Wind Tunnel by Hoover.
does it like you.
Dodge Intrepid styling speaks for itself. As for what's underneath, car and driver had a few words of their own. Now select Dodge and competitive owners can get a well-equipped Intrepid for about $19,700.
Reese's Nutrageous. So loaded, you don't eat it, you survive it.
WGN, 50 years as Chicago's very own.
On tonight's Discover Card Payback Playback, Kerry Wood hit the first home run of his career last Saturday against the Phillies. It was the first homer by a Cubs pitcher since Steve Traxel went yard back in 1996. That's our Discover Card Payback Playback. Kerry Wood now out of the game as Terry Adams takes over. Davy Cruz, the shortstop, leads it off in the bottom of the 7th inning, and wholesale defensive changes for the Cubs that we'll catch up with in a moment.
Terry Adams comes in at 6-4, ERA 2.54, on for the 38th time, and a new look outfield. As you look at the numbers of Terry Adams, he will throw to Cruz, Hunter, and Easley. 3 right-handers here in the Tiger half of the 7th.
Mieske in left, Hernandez in center, Sosa back to right, and Scott Service now behind the plate.
Scott had it hit off his glove and then his mask as it bounded away.
Two balls and a strike in a 3-3 game in the 7th. The Cubs a comeback in the top half of the frame. There now Adams falling behind the leadoff man with the speedy top of the order due next. The last thing the Cubs want to see is a walk here.
Bachler continues to throw in the bullpen. He will no doubt come into the ball game as Anderson did a nice job of getting out of that 6th.
A bullet right there runs the count full. And there's your new left fielder, Matt Mieske. Jose in center. And Sammy back on terra firma in right. The payoff pitch is out of play off the football press box high atop Tiger Stadium here in downtown Detroit. Of course, they're all eagerly looking forward to their new facility that should open up in a couple of years.
Well, Scott Service, who came in to pinch run for Houston, stays in behind the plate. Pretty tough to walk Cruz. He's only walked 16 times in close to 300 at-bats.
3-2 pitch again popped up.
That's one of the reasons that was ball 4 up over his head. So normally if it stays in the park, Davy Cruz is going to be swinging at it. And so you don't want to let this man get away. You got some guys at the top of this order that can cause you a lot of problems.
Namely Easley, who's already homered in this game. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Cruz steps back out. Dan, Don, and Greg from the Penthouse, our good friends over on Sheffield at the ball game tonight. Thanks for the T-shirts, guys. We appreciate it. Always need the running gear. The 3-2 pitch is outside, and he does draw the walk. That's 8. And how many plate appearances? 182. Adams walks the leadoff man here in the 7th in a tie game at 3.
And now let's see if Hunter will be bunting. Doesn't necessarily have to bunt for a sacrifice. He can try to bunt for a base hit. He almost hit the ball out of the ballpark in the 5th inning.
Hunter has walked, bounced to second, and flied to left.
And I think Adams, with that quick move, wanted to see if Hunter was squaring around. He was not. And now Manny Alexander comes in, wants to find out, you going to work him inside with the fastball, or are you going to go away with the slider?
Terry getting ready in case Adams encounters further difficulty here in the 7th inning.
He's getting ready for Higginson.
The first pitch to Hunter is a ball. Did he go around? Yes, they say he did offer at it, so it is a strike. 0-1. I beg your pardon. On the appeal, the Cubs get the break. Buddy Bell says no way.
And Brian Hunter is letting Marty Foster know that he didn't appreciate on the appeal Tim Shida calling a strike. That changes around the at-bat somewhat.
Now Hunter wants to talk things over with Perry Hill, the third base coach. And as they chat, we'll update you on the scoreboard. Milwaukee beat Minnesota. Cardinals losing in Cleveland 4-2 in the top of the 8th. Cincinnati beating White Sox 4-1. Kansas City 3, Pittsburgh 0 in the bottom of the 5th inning at Kauffman Stadium. Umpire Eric Gregg has had to leave a game in National League play. With all the heat, you hope he's going to be okay. No balls and a strike. A bunt try is not made. It's 1-1.
I can understand with temperatures the way they are where you would have some problems. Somewhere in there is the bunt sign, I believe.
A ball and a strike to Hunter. The Cubs nearly turned a double play around the horn with this guy in the box. But you have to do it nearly flawlessly to have a shot. He can absolutely sprint down that first base line. Great game in Montreal went Toronto's way tonight. 1-0. They beat the Expos. Woody Williams beat Carlos Perez. Houston a loser earlier, 6-5. That game in 12 innings at Coors Field. Oakland beat San Francisco 5-2. The Mariners were shut out by the Padres 6-zip. Marlins blanking Tampa Bay 5-0. The pitch, runner goes, chopper towards short. Blauser has only one play. High throw, close play, but he got it. Runner to second, 1 out.
Buddy Bell has used the hit and run, and that time with Jeff Blauser going over to cover, he was pulled just far enough away from the bag where he couldn't get the force out at second. So the hit and run stops the double play and moves the go-ahead run into scoring position. I would be very careful with Easley.
A man that's hitting nearly 380 with runners in scoring position this year has already hit a solo home run back in the 4th inning.
He's been their best hitter by far with runners in scoring position.
And Adams pumps a strike over very quickly. Braves and Yankees scoreless in the 6th down in Atlanta. Denny Nagels pitching a one-hit shutout for Atlanta. And Baltimore over the Mets 2-1 after 5. That completes your scoreboard. Here it's 3-3 in the 7th. Leo 1. In the dirt, a good stop by Scotty. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. Mulholland ready if necessary.
Scott has taken a lot of heat this year, but one thing that he does exceptionally well, the best by far on the catching staff, is block low pitches. And that was a tough pitch to handle and a huge difference in the at-bat if you keep Cruz at second as opposed to him moving along to third. That was a big play by Service.
1 ball, 1 strike. Easily steps out. A ball got away from the Cubs bullpen. One of the ball boys went over and cleaned that mess up.
You cannot miss with the fastball middle in to Damian Easley because he is short, he's quick, and he can hit that one as hard as anybody.
Boy, how the Angels let this guy go. 1-1. 2-1.
Well, he's a completely different guy. You know, he came over here last year, hit 22 home runs, and he never showed any kind of power like that with the Angels. And he's going to fly by 22 home runs this year. He hit his 18th tonight.
2 balls, 1 strike. Adams sets and delivers. Low, 3-1.
Pretty good pitch.
Thought that was a strike.
Yeah, that looked like a pitch you might perhaps get in the National League. You do not get it here in the American League. And I think Terry Adams and Scott Service wanted that one.
1 on, 1 out. A tie game at Tiger Stadium in Detroit. The 3-1 pitch. He walked him. 2 are on, 1 is out, and now a decision to make. And it's been made, I think. Mulholland versus Higginson. 2 walks in the 7th inning by Adams. Boy, you do that late, you are asking for trouble. So Mulholland will come on with the game perhaps on the line in the 7th. It's 3-3 at Tiger Stadium.
To allow people with disabilities to contribute to society. To be part of the common experience that's life in America. To be measured by the standard of what we can do, not what we can't.
Now, the Honorable Michael C. Ryan Forsyth.
Whether to lead with the content of our minds or the character of our hearts. To not be defined by our disabilities. These are the goals of the paralyzed veterans of America. We're working for a better tomorrow.
Well, the game perhaps on the line here in the 7th inning. Tigers have 2 on, 1 man out. It's a lefty-lefty matchup, Mulholland versus Bobby Higginson.
Terry Mulholland, 2-2, 3.56 ERA, on for the 28th time. He inherits base runners at first and second, only 1 out. And Chip, you were inquiring into how Mr. Higginson hits against the left-handers. You looked it up, and
I'm afraid I am. I'm afraid
it
to
didn't
ask.
look too good.
Did not look very good.
333 with 5 home runs and 23 driven in against lefties this year.
So he's due to fail. And hopefully this will be the time. And friends, Thursday, July 2nd, Mattel Cubs Hot Wheel Day. The first 10,000 kids, 13 and under, at the Cubs Diamondbacks game get this great promotion. It's sponsored by the Chicago Tribune. 312-831 Cubs, the number to dial. Higginson against Mulholland, and ball 1 is fired outside. Higginson tied the game last night with a long home run. That was off Rod Beck.
Take a look at those lofty numbers against the lefties.
I didn't like him then. And that ball is rifled foul. This guy can flat out play, folks. A terrific arm in right. Already 15 homers, 43 batted in. Were he playing in a bigger market, everybody'd know a lot more about Bobby Higginson. He can really hit. Rod Beck, a tough night last night, but he'd love a chance for redemption in this game. Jim Thome's hit another home run for Cleveland. That's 2 tonight for him. They're hammering the Cardinals 5-2 at last count. The 1-1. Low 2-1.
I think if I was starting a team, I wouldn't mind having Jim Thome. And he could decide where he wanted to play. He looked pretty good against us in our series. Very quick bat and enormously strong.
And now he's the well-dressed Jim Thome. The 2-1. is just off the plate inside. 3 balls and a strike. Things getting stickier on a hot and muggy night for the Cubs.
Cruz and Easley looking for the sign to see if they want him to go. It would be a gamble. It's an easy throw to third base with a left-hander up.
3-1 to Higginson. The pitch not going. Foul back. 3-2 now.
Clark will be turned around to hit from the right side, where he's been a better hitter, but not quite as much power. But first things first, you got to get by Higginson. Maybe he'll ground into a double play.
That would be nice. Or it would end the inning. The stretch. Now the 3-2 runners don't go. Bouncing ball right side. Morandini glove. Second base one. Relay to first. Won't be made. Good takeout slide by Easley. Just got enough of Blauser to dissuade him from making the relay to first, but it is the second out.
I think he might have gotten a piece of Jeff Blauser as Damian Easley goes at second with only one thing in mind: stop Jeff from getting off the throw. And that's exactly what he did with the old wrestling move, the leg whip.
You like the grapplers, huh?
Yes, indeed.
Here's Clark. He'll bat right-handed now. Only 4 of his 16 home runs have been hit right-handed. The pitch is a strike on the inner half. The Yankees have busted open the game in Atlanta. They just scored 5 runs in the top of the 6th. Chad Curtis has hit a home run. How quickly those Yankees can turn things around. Boy, they are an awesome ball club.
Jerry White telling Higginson, be careful at first. This man will pick you off in a heartbeat.
The 1-strike pitch. Jelly-legged him with the inside fastball. 1-1.
Pretty big target with 6'7" Tony Clark. And they play him as a dead pull hitter from the right side. A huge gap in right center. They figure Mulholland will be trying to cut the fastball in on his hands and try to tie him up.
A ball and a strike. Swung on. There's a drive. Deep center field. On his horse, Jose. Still going. Still going. It's over the wall and a home run. Oh, my goodness. 440 feet away by Clark.
Played a lot of games in this ballpark, and I never saw a ball hit out to straightaway center field, but that gives you some sort of an idea how strong Tony Clark is. His 17th home run. He's driven in 55, and that was a bomb. It just kept on going. Jose Hernandez just turned his back and sprinted toward the wall. It's 440 at the wall, and it clears the wall.
The Sosa curtain call, they want a Tony Clark curtain call.
Take a look at this prodigious shot. My, oh my.
And he really has to duck to get into that dugout, man. 6-3 Tigers. And Gonzalez digs in. 1 ball, no strikes. So once again, the Cubs have to come from behind if they're to pull out this one in Tiger Stadium. A 3-run cannon shot to center field that hit off the top of the wall and rolled over 440 very impressive feet away. How far would that ball have gone at Wrigley Field?
440 feet.
Where would it have hit in center field, I mean? Smart Alec. 1 and 2. With Dr. Literal at Tiger Stadium. You see what I have to put up with? The pitch is high. 2-2. It's my own fault. I should have made myself more clear.
Let's take another look at it, and it is a monstrous shot. And
now the count is full. 3-2. Dr. Literal, the master of the obvious. The pitch. Bouncing ball to second. Morandini backhand stab. Throws to first. And the inning is over. 2 walks didn't help. And the Tony Clark cannon shot to straightaway center really, really hurt. 3 runs score in the inning. It's the Tigers 6 and the Cubs 3.
It's the unhappily episode that will have you seeing Dubba. Meet Tiffany's twin, who's kind of dim.
My name is Epiphany.
2 Tiffany's, 1 campus. Unhappily. Then on a rhino ready to catch the perfect man. What's that smell? Carol must find the perfect perfume.
Cost me $200, but I got the large.
All right already after Unhappily.
Sunday night at 8 on WGN.
Both these men have athlete's foot. But only one used Desinex, the soothing cure. Desinex has a dual-action formula that calms the itching and cools the burning. And Desinex is clinically proven to kill the fungus dead, so your feet feel good while they heal. Got athlete's foot? Get dual-action Desinex. Soothes while it cures.
Dodge Caravan has always come with extra bonuses. And now Caravan comes with a few more. Like low 1.9 financing. Or choose $750 cash back. Plus, select customers get a Dodge owner's bonus for an additional $1,000 cash back. Which means you could own America's best-selling minivan for as little as $16,370. Now that's a bonus you can bank on. But only for a limited time. See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
Nobody does it like you.
In test after test, Wind Tunnel by Hoover picks up more dirt than any other clean air upright.
Nobody
Wind Tunnel by Hoover.
does it like you.
WGN, 50 years as Chicago's very own.
There's the man of the hour for the Tigers, Tony Clark. A 440-foot 3-run homer to straightaway center has made it 6-3 in favor of Detroit. And now the Cubs send the top of their order, Mieske, Morandini, and Sosa against Doug Bochtler. And he delivers a strike. This guy's been awesome. 1 earned run in his last 15 appearances.
ERA of .356 on for the 24th time. He has an unusual idiosyncrasy of hitting his foot before he delivers the ball.
That'll mess up your timing, won't it? Pop up right side. Clark, foul ground, has a play. Staggers under it, 1 down.
I think really that's part of the reason why he's as effective as he's been. It's almost a hesitation pitch, and the hitter gets ready, sees the arm start to come through. Then when the foot hits, it kind of delays it somewhat, and then he can get it up there pretty well.
And in case you're just joining us, Matt Mieske came on for Brant Brown in the 6th after Brant injured himself trying to make a diving catch in center. No word yet as to the official nature of the injury, but it didn't look too good as he walked off very gingerly, and his left shoulder was not moving much at all.
No, we've been waiting for some sort of update and haven't gotten anything yet.
No balls and a strike to Mickey. Swung on. There's a drive. Deep toward right. Morandini has gone yard 2 nights in a row. Oh, baby, that ball was belted out of here. His 4th home run of the year.
Mickey, who had 1 all of last year, has hit 2 in the series. You're going to probably have to take him kicking and screaming out of Detroit. So still a long way to go in this one. Cubs still trail by a pair.
And the word we understand on Brant Brown is that he has been taken to Henry Ford Hospital here in suburban Detroit for x-rays on that shoulder. Now here's Sosa. Sammy homered in the Cubs 7th. His 32nd of the year, the 19th in June. And the Cubs would love 1 more here to draw ever so close to Detroit. Leo 1. A ball and a strike.
Todd Jones loosening up in the bullpen.
A 6-4 game. No lead is safe at Tiger Stadium or Fenway Park or Wrigley Field. The pitch. is high.
Take a look at Boom Boom Morandini. 2 upper deck shots. Not quite as far as Tony Clark, but a home run nonetheless.
He hit it about as far as Clark's, and it counted for a third as many runs.
Easy for you to say.
Thanks. 2-2. It's just a warm human being, folks. Kevin O'Kelly wants to wish his great-grandfather William Hergenrother a happy birthday. 102 years old today. He can remember the Cubs winning a World Series. The 2-2. Inside, full count, 3-2. Don't want to walk him with Grace waiting on deck.
We'd love to see Sammy aboard. With Mark Grace raring to go.
3-2. Swung on. Oh, he hit it a mile high. It was up in his eyes, and he popped it up. Cruz it short. 2 down. That was the old too tantalizing to lay off ball.
Louis Gonzalez with a quick word for Davy Cruz rather. Said, I'm pretty happy that you took that one because that was up there forever and it looked like it was going to be a tough play. Mark Grace with a good night tonight.
He is singled. He is doubled. He is struck out. He has scored a run. And he takes a ball. 1-0. Henry Rodriguez waiting on deck. He has homered in the game, too. Cubs not out of this thing yet.
It's an easy place to hit a home run. If you can get Gracie on, Henry has been hot.
2-0.
The man warming up in the pen. Todd Jones has had his problems late.
High pop toward the Tiger dugout. Will it stay in play? No. Just 1 row out of reach of Oliver. So Grace stays alive. 2 balls and a strike. The pitch. 2-2. The 2-2. Ripped foul.
Take a look in at Joe Oliver. He wants the fastball, and he wants it away.
The 2-2. He took it low. So the count moves to 3-2. If you don't have a goatee, you can't pitch in this Tiger pen.
Well, every one of their relievers looks the same. And Joe Oliver says, give it to me low and away.
The 3-2 pitch. Here she comes. He went around. Grace thought he walked, but the inning is over. 1 run, 1 hit. Morandini's 4th homer of the year pulls the Cubs 1 run closer. It is, however, 6-4 Tigers.
Flying to the New England area for business? If these 12 reasons don't convince you to fly Southwest Airlines to Providence or Manchester, maybe this will. Call 1-800-I-FLY-SWA.
You are now free to move about the country.
You know, I can tell just by looking whether a vehicle's been driven hard or not. This guy's one of my regular customers. Scorched brake rotors, beat up oil pan, probably never takes his foot off the gas. And he trusts me to make sure it performs when he needs it most. So there's only one brand of auto parts I trust, CarQuest. I mean, you never know. Someday, he might need to give me a ride.
CarQuest, the professional choice.
Play Pepsi Pop Culture. Just drink Pepsi or Mountain Dew. Match winning phrases and win tons of cool prizes. From cash to trips, even a new Jeep Wrangler. Pepsi Pop Culture. Drink, match, win.
Hey, Chicagoland, this is Brad Hawkins. Come join me at Country Thunder USA July 18th and listen to US 99 for more details.
Both these men have athlete's foot, but only one used the soothing cure. Prescription strength Desinex. It calms the itching and cools the burning while it heals. Got athlete's foot? Get Desinex, the soothing cure.
WGN, 50 years as Chicago's very own.
Dave Stevens becomes the key man in the game for the Cubs now. His job's simple. He's got to keep these guys at bay. It's only a 2-run ball game in the Tigers' half of the 8th.
And you have all right-handers coming up. And Dave Stevens has been pretty good.
Baroa didn't get the breaking ball.
There you look at the numbers. On for the 4th time. He did give up the base hit to Alvarez that ended it last night. Before that, he made a big pitch. With the bases loaded, only 1 out, got a pop-up.
1-2. Baroa not too sure. It was his double that scored runs number 2 and 3 for the Tigers. It also sent Brant Brown to the hospital. X-rays on the left shoulder being taken. We'll hope to have an update before we leave air tonight.
And we hope to have a positive result of those X-rays. It would be a shame to interrupt what was turning into just an outstanding year for Brant Brown.
The 2-2. Bouncing ball up the middle, a leadoff single.
Looking ahead to the 9th inning for the Cubs, Rodriguez, Hernandez, and Blauser. Anybody gets on Scott Service? But first things first, you've got to get out of this 8th inning and keep the Tigers right there.
How do you like this kid, Alvarez?
I like him a lot. I think he's going to learn a whole lot more about what the pitchers are trying to do to him. But when you look at his swing, you realize how strong he is. And it looks like he's played a pretty solid third base. We haven't seen a whole lot of him. He was a DH last night, but you'd have to say as a very young man that he's got a chance to be pretty good. And this entire Tiger team, granted, they're in last place right now in the Central. There's a lot of teams that have taken advantage of them. But the young guys on this team are solid players. Easley is going to stay real good. Cruz is only going to get better. Obviously, Tony Clark, very much of a physical presence. They probably are going to have to get a catcher somewhere along the line. And they've got a couple of good young arms, both in the pen and at the top of the rotation. They just have to fill out that starting rotation.
And I think they have a perfect manager, too, to help teach these young players how to play at this level in Buddy Bell. And this man in particular, Bell a third baseman, Alvarez a third baseman. He's going to learn a lot from his skipper.
And what I like about Alvarez is, for a young man, he's not overly anxious. He has drawn a couple of walks here tonight. And there's a look at Buddy Bell, who was just a great player in his days with Cleveland and Texas.
Stevens not quite comfortable yet as Camara Barti has come on to pinch run. And he might be their fastest man on the roster. He and Brian Hunter, I'd like to see them take on each other in a 100-yard dash.
Well, last night he came on. There were no throws to first base, and he just took off and stole second easily.
A big lead not going. The pitch low and away.
Barti 5 for 6 in stolen bases this year. And there you look at a pretty successful campaign so far.
The 1-0 is over.
Jim Riggleman, who gave his team a talking to last night, has suffered along with everybody in his ball club through the last couple of weeks.
The Cubs in danger of dropping their 12th game in 16 outings. A very streaky club this year. And what's so crazy about it is this streak is coming on the heels of a 10-game winning streak by the Cubs. But a long season, a lot of baseball yet to be played. The 1-1 now. On the way, a pitch out, nothing doing. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, now I would use a slide step. You don't see back-to-back pitch outs. You got to figure with Barti, it's a good pitch to run. And if you're Buddy Bell, I figure you're going to send him.
A big lead again by Barti. He was leaning and dives back safely. Six to 4, Tigers lead. The Cubs have 3 outs left, but they've got to hold the Tigers right here. 1 on, nobody out. Runner goes. Pitch, swing and a miss. The service throw on line, and is it in time? Did he hold the ball? Yes, he did. Diving across Blauser to make a great play.
Great play by Blauser. Buddy Bell thought about arguing. Thought better of it as he goes back in the dugout. And we'll take a look. Good jump. Watch it again as Blauser comes across. It's not a real good throw. He puts the tag on his posterior. And
the anterior looked to be in first.
I think the Cubs got a real big break. John Shulak said no, and the Cubs will take it.
Three balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch now. Oh, strike 3 called on the outside corner, 2 down. So Joe Oliver already owns the golden sombrero. Let's see if Stevens can make it platinum tonight.
Little slider on the outside corner, good enough. So with 1 more out, the Cubs will enter the 9th, 2 down.
Oliver with 3 strikeouts. Looks at ball 1.
Jones with 11 saves, but an 0-3 record and an ERA knocking at the door of 6.
Well, hopefully the Cubs can answer that door. He keeps on having trouble.
And Houston came back twice late against him, and maybe the Cubs can do the same thing.
2-0. It's 2-1. Kids, don't forget, July 7th is All-Star Kids Day, brought to you by Foot Locker. Cubs players and coaches, including Kerry Wood, Mark Pachota, and Jim Riggleman, will be on hand for a day of fun for the kids. They'll get to go on the field, run the bases, and learn baseball from the pros. All players are subject to change, and for tickets, call 773-404-CUBS. The 2-2. Breaking ball beaten into the ground. It's a foul ball past third. Again, Jose Hernandez scheduled to start the game at third for the Cubs. Was a late scratch because of a sore neck. Because of the injury to Brant Brown, he had to get pressed into emergency duty in center field tonight. Stevens ready to go. Now the 2-2 pitch. It's full count, 3-2. Here comes the payoff. Look out, folks. A bullet over the Cub dugout.
And it's funny how little things play such a big difference. There was a double play ground ball off the bat of Bobby Higginson. Damian Easley went in at second base, disrupted the timing of Jeff Blauser. He couldn't get the throw off. It kept the inning alive for Tony Clark, who hit a 3-run homer, and that's been the difference.
Swing and a miss takes care of Oliver, and the Tigers in the 8th. 6-4 our score. We go to the 9th. Rodriguez, Hernandez, and Blauser try to tie it or take the lead.
Chicago Cubs baseball on WGN is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, offering low fares and frequent flights. Southwest Airlines, the official airline of the Chicago Cubs.
4 tires, fuel, and out the door.
We ask the hottest guys in the pits to switch anti-first brakes.
Ultra Dry Degree, body heat activated.
When your body heat rises degrees, new Ultra Dry form releases extra protection.
Worked better than my old stick.
It kept me dry. Ultra Dry.
New from Degree.
Another breakthrough from the 1-hour labs of LensCrafters. New Invisibles anti-reflective lenses from LensCrafters reduce glare, so you can see better while driving at night. New Invisibles, only at LensCrafters, made in about an hour.
The kick of 132 horses is a big bonus for Dodge Neon owners. And now Neon comes with a few more, like low 1.9 financing. Or choose $1,500 cash back. Plus, select customers get a Dodge owner's bonus for an additional $500 cash back, which means you could own a new Dodge Neon for as little as $9,980. Now that's a bonus you can bank on, but only for a limited time. See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
In South Dallas, a lot of folks like to work on their cars, and a lot of them come to AutoZone. They save money on top quality parts, and they find helpful people, like Rocky Brown. Oh, sure, there are other parts stores in town, but Rocky's the kind of guy folks go out of their way to see. He's good at solving problems, and he really knows his parts. You see, when it comes to getting the right part, the right price, and good advice, there's just no place better than AutoZone.
A participating advertiser for Chicago Cubs baseball on WGN is the Discover Card. Discover Card, the card that pays you back with a cashback bonus award.
We go to the 9th inning, a 6-4 ball game. Steve, let's take a look at our Ameritech play that makes a difference.
First look at Todd Jones at 0-3, a .596 ERA on for the 29th time, looking for save number 12. But you see 20 walks in 25 2/3 innings, just 19 strikeouts. He's fallen behind, he's walked too many guys, and then he's been stung by the occasional long ball.
He's only given up 14 runs in 14 innings and a third here at Tiger Stadium. And here is the aforementioned Ameritech playbook.
Terry Mulholland in, and Tony Clark gets every bit of this, 441 feet. Straight away center field.
1 strike to Henry, and the count even. Henry is homered now in 4 consecutive games. A solo shot in the 2nd for the Cubs. He's also popped to 3rd and walked. The Cubs need 2 to tie, and a fastball, 1-2.
There's nothing wrong with the fastball of Todd Jones. He can get it up there, and if he keeps it upstairs, Henry's going to have some problems if he doesn't lay off it. You'd love to see Henry aboard, because then Jose Hernandez would represent the tying run.
Kind of throws across his body, too, does Jones.
Yes, he does. But he's got some life on the fastball, except when he gets it down.
Did he go around? He did not. 2-2.
Ooh, Rick Reed says no, and Henry gets another life. Well, I'm thinking Henry's going to have to hit some heat here. And he's hoping it's down. That's where the home run was when Henry hit it in the 2nd inning.
The 2-ball, 2-strike pitch. Fouled off. Well, what a night tonight for Matt Anderson. He's in line to win it for the Tigers, his major league debut.
He came on in a tough situation. And he pitched an inning, gave up a hit, but no runs. And there's a look at the flame-throwing youngster. Last year's #1 draft choice.
2-2 off speed popped up. Out of play. The man with the pierced tongue. Mike James of California. Also into that sort of stuff.
Lost a lot of weight in spring training because of it.
Said it was really sore. Well, no kidding.
Yes.
Kids these days. Sheesh. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. In the dirt, 3-2.
Cubs could use a walk. And Todd Jones is no stranger to walks. Henry is aboard. Jose represents a tying run. The Cubs try to battle back here in the 9th. Trying to split this abbreviated 2-game series.
The pitch, ground ball right side. Clark Fields. He'll flip to Jones. The catch, the tag, 1 down.
That one was low and out of the zone, and Henry would have been on first base, but he expanded his strike zone on a fastball that was right on the shoe tops. Watch it again. Look at the location of this one. Ball 4 by plenty, but it turns into a 3-1 putout.
So Jose Hernandez will bat. He sacrificed his first time up. 1 out in the 9th. The Cubs won't gain any ground on the Astros. They have already lost if this score stays the same. The problem is the rest of the division starting to catch up to the Cubs. Milwaukee was a 9-2 winner earlier. They'll be just a game behind the Cubs in 3rd place. Ripped into right field. The tying run comes to the plate. And before Blauser does step in, let's pause for station identification.
This is America's #1 sports station, WGN, Chicago.
.64 Tigers, tying run to the plate. Don't forget, the award-winning WGN News follows our telecast from Tiger Stadium. Jeff Blauser, the batter. He is 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly and his 16th RBI of the year.
Well, on a ground ball in the infield, Jose has got to break up 2 somehow. You still have Sandy Martinez on the bench, a left-hand bat if you need him. And that's who's in the on-deck circle.
1-0. Outside. Oliver had the glove knocked off by that pitch. I don't think I have ever seen that before. 2-0 and the runner to second.
And this looks to me like it'll be a wild pitch as Todd Jones has some control problems. That one takes the glove right off the hands of Joe Oliver. If it is a wild pitch, it'll be the 4th, and Buddy Bell comes out now. He's seen a whole lot of this from Todd Jones. And Doug Brocail is loosening up in the bullpen, and he was brilliant last night. So you wonder just how patient Buddy is going to be as Jose has a conference with Tom Gamboa. Tom telling him, look, at this point, we're probably not going to be too adventuresome. We are 2 down. And so we're not going to be gambling too much with you.
In case you wondered, Blauser's last home run, his only home run as a Cub, April 16th against the Mets and Dave Malicki. So to say he is due is like saying it's hot. 2 balls, no strikes. 6-4 Tigers. We're in the top of the 9th.
Well, I got to figure if Jones does not get Blauser, it'll be Brocail against Martinez.
Low and away.
Fans here getting a little restless in Detroit.
Well, you know Sandy can hit a low fastball. Let's see. First things first with Blauser. If he could get aboard, Sandy could put the Cubs in front. 3 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Full count. Three and 2. Swung on, line toward right, but right at Higginson. 2 down.
Jones battles back and turns it into a good at bat and gets the out. And here's Sandy Martinez.
So Martinez pinch hits in the 9th inning with the game on the line.
Todd Jones throws a lot of low fastballs, and Sandy is a pull hitter.
First pitch to him, right down central.
Sandy comes in hitting .269. And what a time for his first Cub home run.
His last home run, September 6th, 1996, against Jimmy Key.
Come on, Sandy. It's only .325 down the line.
The Tigers 1 out away from sweeping the Cubs. The 1-1. Now we're down to our last strike.
Fans on their feet here in Detroit. Todd Jones looking for save number 12. Sandy could sit him down with a long one.
The 1-2. Big overhand breaking ball.
That looked like an Adventa pitch. That Cub fan is not giving up hope.
The 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Hanging tough.
The fastball where he wanted it. It was down.
The 2-2. Bouncing ball, hit hard but foul. And Sandy does not want to end this game.
And Bunny Bell motioning to his outfielders to get the ball into second base. Don't worry about Jose Hernandez. Just make sure on any kind of hit, Martinez doesn't get the second.
Deuces wild. Cubs down 2 in the 9th. The pitch. Got him with a breaking ball. And Jones saves the day for the Tigers as they sweep the Cubs 6-4 the final at Tiger Stadium in Detroit. The Cubs' woes move to 5 consecutive losses. The Cubs now just 6 games over 500 at 42-36. 4 runs, 7 hits for the Cubs. 6-0 for the Tigers as Tony Clark crushed a 3-run homer off Terry Mulholland to put the game out of reach. Sammy Sosa hit another homer. Mickey Morandini won as well. Henry Rodriguez homered in his 4th straight game, but it wasn't enough. 6-4 your final. Back to talk more about it right after this.
Next from the WGN News, 3 people are injured after a house explodes in Brighton Park. A gas leak may be to blame. We'll have a live report. Sweltering heat continues to beat down on Chicago as the city endures its 2nd ozone action day in a row. We'll have team coverage. Plus, swinging Sammy Sosa does it again and sets a new Major League record for the most home runs in a month. Go, Sammy. The WGN News is next.
On Sister Sister, it's the twins' birthday, so get ready for
a quiet family dinner at home.
What?
And on Jamie Foxx, Jamie knows you don't get a body this good without hard work and hours of repetition.
Repetition is the mother of learning. What? Repetition is the mother of learning. Huh?
He's got the body that all the ladies are talking about.
Call me when you grow into it.
The Jamie Foxx Show after Sister Sister. Sunday night at 7 on WGN.
Thomas? It just tastes better.
Well, my Discover card statement reads like a wish list.
What?
Toys. I like toys. I love pinball machines. This will improve my golf game. It is unbelievable to me how fortunate I've been in my life, and I can't ask for anything more. Discover card cashback bonus, no competition.
It pays to Discover. To apply, call 1-800-IT-PAYS-TO. Accepted where you see the Novus sign.
Another game, another record for Sammy Sosa, our Budweiser play of the game. Sosa just hit his 32nd home run of the season, his 19th in the month of June, eclipsing Rudy York's all-time Major League record that was set way back in August of 1937. Sammy Sosa with 19 home runs, 37 RBIs in the month of June, but still the Cubs are a game under 500 at 11-12. That is amazing. 6-4 your final score. Anderson his win in his Major League debut. Terry Adams falls to 6-5. Clark, Sosa, Easley, Morandini, and Rodriguez all homered in a game that took about 3 hours to play at Tiger Stadium. The Cubs' losing streak reaches 5. We'll have a final word from Tiger Stadium right after this.
I think my wife will like this.
I'm sorry, sir, but we're closing.
Yeah, but I just wanted to know
Why shop around someone else's schedule? With complete 24-hour service, Geico lets you buy car insurance anytime. Buy directly over the phone and you could save 15% or more. Geico Direct, a better way to buy car insurance.
Does this come in beige?
I've been waiting for this.
We all have.
Here it comes.
Southwest Airlines introduces another way to New England with new service to Manchester, New Hampshire for just $90.
And we'd like to remind you, Southwest never serves airline food.
You are now free to move about the country.
The Cubs' losing streak reaches 5 games. They'll stay 5 games behind the Astros, who lost, but the Brewers 1 game behind us in 3rd place in the Central. And the Cubs will try to right the ship tomorrow night at 7 o'clock on WGN as they open up a 3-game series at Kauffman Stadium against the Kansas City Royals. Wayne Larrivee will join Steve Stone for the games Friday and Saturday. I'll be back with you on Sunday afternoon for the road trip and the series finale. Sammy Sosa has hit 19 home runs this month. The Cubs, though, a game under 500 at 11-12 as Todd Jones nails it shut for his 12th save of the year as the Tigers sweep the Cubs 6-4. For Steve Stone, Arnie Harris, and our entire crew here in Motor City, this is Chip Carey. I'll see you Sunday. Until then, so long, everybody.
Chicago Cubs baseball on WGN. Brought to you by Budweiser, who salutes America's responsible drinkers. The new Dodge. From cars to minivans to trucks, it's about change. The new Dodge. Ameritech. In a world of technology, people make the difference. Pepsi.